Mpɔtam Morning Show, building communities together with you. Mpɔtam Morning Show with PAPALAW Perfect, Mondays to Fridays, 6:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. GMT. Mpɔtam Morning Show, building communities together with you. Mpɔtam Morning Show with PAPALAW Perfect, Mondays to Fridays, 6:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. GMT. Mpɔtam Morning Show, building communities together with you. Swabadu Sabdokataya, Red Makatonda Yataya, Rubado Daba. No weapon fashioned against us shall prosper. Lord, I thank you for the power of resurrection that is at work in my life and situation for a sustained breakthrough. In the name of Jesus, I ask for a deployment of the power of the Holy Spirit into your finances for notable and sustainable breakthrough. In the name of Jesus, I breathe on you the Spirit of God upon your life, upon your finances, upon your business. May the power of God come afresh upon you. I curse, I block, I thwart, I sabotage, I pull down, I throw down every force of darkness contending with you. Let that power bow in the name of Jesus, for this is the day the Lord has made. May you rejoice and be glad in it. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. In his presence there is fullness of joy. At his right hand there are pleasures forevermore. By strength shall no man prevail. With God on your side, you are powerful than the powerful, stronger than the strongest. In the name of Jesus, when God is on your side, power is on your side, favor is on your side, glory is on your side. The glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former. I pray for you. May the finger of God come afresh upon you. May you be lifted. May you be elevated. May God grant you favor in every sphere of your life. In the name of Jesus, may God elevate you. May your going out be blessed. May your coming in be blessed. Wherever the sole of your feet shall tread upon, may you possess the place. I pray that any witchcraft coven plotting and scheming, planning and plotting against your destiny, let every force of darkness backfire by fire, backfire by fire. Break every conspiracy. Break in the name of Jesus. Break is your word, not like hammer breaking rocks into pieces. I block, I break, I pull down, I throw down every works of the devil. I cover you in the blood. May the finger of God come afresh upon you. May God order your steps into all righteousness. May you be elevated. May you be favored. May God bless you with marriage, bless you with finances, bless you with wealth and riches. Rabadu Satokataya, Makatonda Yataya, Rabadu Sata. Let victory be your portion. Upon Mount Zion there shall be deliverance, and the house of glory success, and the house of Holy of Holies, and the house of God shall be victorious. You are covered in the blood. You are favored. May you be lifted. May you rise and never come down. May God arise and let your enemies be scattered. You are covered in the blood. May you be elevated. May God cover you in the blood. By the efficacy of the blood, let every mountain crumble. Let every valley be filled. Let every crooked ways be made straight. I cover you in the blood. May God keep you safe. I pray for the church of God. I pray for the world. I pray for businesses. I pray for your career. I pray for your children. I pray for your child. I pray for your husband, your wife, your fiancé, your fiancée, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your helpers. I pray and prophesy. May your destiny helpers locate you right now. Rubado gado zateya, regado mankoto mateka tekataya, rabado gadaba. Break every force of darkness. May you be blessed. May you be lifted. Be blessed. Be lifted. Be exalted. You are covered in the blood. You are blessed and highly favored. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
free more. I'm a near come we. Ya me way free more. Yes, so feed your mommy. You try my mommy. You can't tell me to me so sad. Give me ye dawa brabo. So Swaba for swamami. Some in them so baby say, I'm coming suda. Men them so baby say, a jackamanga sent you. Missy, I see a day. You feel me when we know. And never does Swaba for swama. Men of some baby say, I can't marry. And maybe I'm so sorry, but I was so there. And come and get sent you out. Missy, my sin and sando. I don't know. Free more. I'm a near come we. Ya me way free more. Yes, so feed your mommy. You try my mommy. You can't tell me to me so sad. Give me ye dawa brabo. So when Eswaba fasoma akoche michi eswaba fasoma samene msobe mesaya akame suda mene msobe mesaya eja kama gasenti aoda mesaya da asi
Good morning. What a blessed morning. What a wonderful day the Lord has made. We'll rejoice and be glad in it. It's 12th of July 2023, the year of our Lord. The best is yet to come. Wednesday edition of your favorite morning show, Mpɔtam with PAPALAW Perfect. We stream it live on www.mortingghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. I want you to hit the share button, share the broadcast on your page, on your timeline. Send the link to your friends. Tell your friends it's time for Mpɔtam Morning Show with PAPALAW Perfect. Remember, we're rocking and streaming live on www.mortingghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. Call a friend to call a friend. That is time for your favorite morning show, Mpɔtam. What a day to remember. God is good all the time and all the time. The Lord is good. Show produced by Juji. I'll be doing this with my co-host David Santos. 45 minutes on top of the hour, 6 a.m. GMT. I'm going to be with you from now till 10 a.m. All about information, education, and entertainment. Stick and stay right here. I'm going for a quick break, and when I'm back, we'll do more. Mpɔtam Morning Show with PAPALAW Perfect on PAPALAW Radio. Sida. Empire me born a boom. Let's be in agreement with the songwriter Nasi and give God thanks for how far He's brought us. The Lord has been faithful. Thank you, Pastor Lex, for the morning to you. Thank you for giving us the unadulterated word of God. Wherever you find yourself, which part of the globe, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning, Africa. Good morning, Ghana. Good morning, Asia, Caribbean, United Kingdom, United States, Asia. Good morning, the Ghana Police Service, Ghana military, all the security apparatus. I want to say good morning, teachers, students. Good morning, doctors, nurses, journalists across the globe. Market men, market women, good morning, whoever you are, wherever you are. Welcome on board the Mpɔtam morning show with PAPALAW Perfect. Streaming live on www.mordenghana.com, online radiobox.com. So follow us on all our social media handles. PAPALAW Radio/TV on Facebook, PAPALAW Radio/TV on YouTube. So put into your search engine PAPALAW Radio/TV. Like the page, put your notification button on so that anytime we come online, you'll be first to be notified. We have a lot for you today. So I'll be giving you the weather forecast for today. I'll share with you news that are making headlines in our various newspapers and news portals. And then we'll have Mr. John Apia. When it comes to education, he's always been with us. Alright, so Mr. John Apia is the president for African Chamber for Youth Development. He will be here to educate us on mental health issues in the workplace. Amazing topic. We are all having mental issues in Africa, or specifically in Ghana. Until you start removing your dress, people won't take you serious. But a lot of people, including myself, we all have health issues. So let's welcome Mr. John Apia at exactly 7:30 to 8 a.m. to educate us on mental health issues in the workplace, part 2. And then we'll have the health segment. Dr. Brefour Paul Leslie of Standards Clinic in Koforidua, a radio doctor, will be here to educate us on another topic. Let's wait for that topic. It will change your life, transform your life, and help you live a healthy life. And then, as usual, the politicians will take the center stage to do politics. So on PAPALAW Radio, we do a balanced story. We do our possible best to give you authentic and credible news across the globe. So I'll be sharing with you in a bit the weather forecast for today. You can stay right here in Mpɔtam morning show. Shot fired, fingers crossed. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from every evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Forever, O God, thy word is settled in heaven. Let me acknowledge our sponsors. Let me quickly do so. Nana One Shoes. When it comes to shoes, belt, and the likes, everything about quality, start with Nana One Shoes. Nana One Shoes. They have belts, they have bags, they have quality shoes. Contact Nana One Shoes for all your quality shoes, belt, and bags. Alright, so Nana One Shoes is located at Community 11, directly opposite Community 11 School Complex. And to sales of all kinds of shoes, bags, belts for kids and adults. Contact Nana One Shoes on 0256 836112. 0256 836112. Now, when it comes to photography, don't go anywhere. The only place to go is Shabak Photography. Shabak Photography. Shabak Photography is into all kinds of photography.
photograph, your passport size photo shoot for all events, your weddings, your engagements, your birthday parties, your naming ceremonies. Contact Shabak Photography for all your quality and beautiful pictures. Contact Shabak Photography on 0244 671593 0244 671593. Shabak Photography is located at Community 11 Presbyterian University Campus, adjacent the Presbyterian University Campus. Now when it comes to food, the only place to go is Home's Restaurant and Pub. Home's Restaurant and Pub. Home's Restaurant and Pub have different kinds of foods, assorted foods and assorted drinks. Fufu with all kinds of soup, banku and okro, or tilapia, and pesi with kontomre, or garden egg stew, a bunebunu bush meat, jollof rice and fried rice, wache and assorted drinks. In fact, they are open for service. I went for my breakfast, and they are open to serve you as early as 6 a.m. and leave as late as 11 p.m. They close as late as 11 p.m. GMT. They are located at Tema Community 9, directly opposite the driving school, near the washing bay. Contact Home's Restaurant and Pub on 0244887349, 0244887349, or 0269314725. Home's Restaurant and Pub will serve you with healthy foods. When come to balloon decor, the only place to go is Lottie-Law Balloon Decor. Lottie-Law Balloon Decor. They are located at Community 1, directly opposite Zenith Bank TMA branch. Now when it come to balloon decor and wrapping of your engagement, your birthday parties, your naming ceremonies and all the stuff, contact Lottie-Law on 0542 371320 0542 371320. Lottie-Law Balloon Decor, quality and professionalism is a hallmark. The best is yet to come. 5 minutes to 7 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.mountainghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. Won some ye di nipa na ye o man ye me no man Ghana ye me no dia obanyansafo ye buri be ye nkana sem onipa eda no sorry a also dia sida emurade asida sida. So now the weather forecast. Now the weather forecast. Rain is expected over most parts of the country today. The rain is anticipated to start this morning into the afternoon over the east and later drift to the West Ghana. Ghana Meteorological Agency GMET predicts rain is expected over most part of the country today. The rain is anticipated to start this morning into the afternoon over the east and later drift to the west. Ghana Meteorological Agency GMET predicts. So I've given you the weather forecast for today. I want you to prepare well for today. David Santos,
Attorney General,
the great general.
Anopawe Matthias,
the gentle general.
You got it right. I love that.
The gentle general.
Today I'm not in my gentleness.
Today you are not in your gentleness.
Yes, because the gentleness is being carried away by the monopoly of the greatest man.
Hey.
Yes.
Today be today.
Your cap is called clean.
Clean.
Yes.
Wow.
And your tie is called soft.
Soft.
So clean soft.
Clean soft.
Yes.
ABA Fuseni Junior.
What bodino?
Hey. Hey, David Santos, the gentle general.
Yeah.
The gentle general.
Yeah.
Interested. All right, so Mpɔtam morning show. Cray. Attention, please. Cray. Assembly, please.
Clay.
Oh my God.
When this kind of when they went here and then here one back online and the kind of gentleness here.
Oh my goodness. All right, so that was my co-host David Santos. All right, so what's happening? Any news?
Oh, Ateni. There's a news.
Tell us.
So when I say it, you say it after me.
All right.
When a fat girl
removes a bra,
you would think it's a WWE bet or parachute.
You would think it's WWE belt. WWE belt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or parachute. Yeah.
That's amazing. This is deep. Wow. So WWE belt or parachute. Interested. Hey, it means you can fly with it. You see some of the bras and you fall flat. As a man said, some of the women and their bras and their boobs, if you are not careful, you suffocate. God help us. All right, so it's too early. It's 7 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio, which streaming live on www.multighana.com, onlineradiobox.com. We have a lot more for you today. So you can stay right here. I'll be right back, and when I'm back, we'll do news that are making headlines in various newspapers and portals. They can stay right here. Mpɔtam morning show.
Can you bring the wife? Na winya yamishira komani payo zefoa enyanum afanya misroye jumana nyami besrayen obraye boya emoya muraye ebe ya efiyanara amabeye ya efiyanara ejanuma popo asitra beye ya efiyanara Sampayetia Obanyan Sapusu Munibia one kana sam Zema to some kakre wa supeme Yo
My also mine. 3 minutes on top of the hour, 7 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.mortingghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. Now the headlines from our various newspapers and news portals. I will reduce government size to 54. Kwabena Ejapon promises during campaign launch. Hey, Boshe galore. Promises galore. I will reduce government size to 54. Kwabena Japan promises during campaign launch. NATO will offer Ukraine simpler path to join. Stoltenberg. Secret recording of purported plot to remove Igp Dampare leaks. Amwakwata assures to ensure completion of tanker yard roads. We need a new face to lead MPP as flag bearer. Kwabena Japan. We will snatch Sin Central from Ken Ejapon and MPP. NDC Central Regional Chair. Why boycott Parliament? Because the law is asking legitimate questions. Koku asks minority. Koku Anyido. And the constituency a war. Asumbi Park constituency. All right, John Morrow MP renovates 6 basic schools in constituency. This woman has money doing politics. I salute you, madam. You are doing well. Keep it up. We won't succumb to pressures to accept LGBT as human rights issue. In Team Fojo, Kente is for the living, not the dead. Savida Kente CEO urges Ghanaians to embrace Kente. Grand jury set to consider Donald Trump election fraud case. More than 800 killed in Nigeria, attacks in June report. Petition against Ket Okreku, FIFA may launch investigation into the matter. There is no plot to remove IGP, Interior Minister. Cardi B upset daughter. Culture gifted a $20,000 bikini bag for her fifth birthday. Common bag, $20,000. Interested. Money sweet oh. On her 5th birthday, you can imagine, on her 20th birthday. In Israel, police and anti-judicial reform protesters clash as bill advances. Pastor, 5 others fined 15,000 Ghana cedis for abusing 5-week-old baby at Balungun. Emirates launches regional charter service offering flexibility and comfort for short trips. LGBTQ plus bill. Ghana's not as stringent as that of Uganda. Dr. Apia Kubi. Yes, that's true. South Africa Deputy President police escort suspended after highway attack. And in Ho Central MP promises to collaborate with the Assembly to provide solutions. Boom Play and TikTok announced partnership to amplify African music. Minority boycott Parliament again to support Jachi Kwesi in court. This country is always getting funnier and funnier, yet they are taking their monies. Somebody must take them to court. That's it. For the standing orders frowns on some of these irresponsible behaviors of our MPs. You must be told, the truth must be told. You are rather stalking the progress of this country. You are suspending the progress of this country. Go back to parliament. That is the reason why you were voted. We must revise Arabic Islamic educational curricula to suit current trends. Dr. Abdul Hamid, man set ablaze to avenge murder of an old woman near Bekwai. U.S. court jails former Tamale Central's MP's son, 2 years for fraud. IGP must ignore despicable leak tape. Peter Tubu. Kwesi's lawyers vow to appeal High Court ruling on stay of proceedings. Don't allow newcomers to lead MPP in 2024. Kwabena Japan to delegate. And newcomer the me suspect say His Excellency Baumia. Obada Bay. A drew biswati. Interesting. Hey, Baumia. I don't know if I should say Baulaya, but he's called Baumia. Alright, so 2024 polls. Let's not present people who contributed to current economic crisis. Kwabena Japan. Hey, who the cap fit, let him wear. I'm sure this bullet, this shot, is fired at the current Vice President, Dr. Mahmudu Baumia. Contempt charge. I'm ready to face Kwesi in court. Katie Amon, current trade minister. Judge Kwesi's application for stay of proceedings dismissed. Economic crisis. We have made mistake, but we can recover. Boachie Jakon. 60% of Ghanaians disapprove of AKUFO-ADDO's performance survey. Only hypocrite condemn abortion. Sefa. Only hypocrite condemn abortion. Because we hear. Ado bize menyi. Na ode on. Because we na unya biemu mu asese wara. Unyi na dachi unya obi ansoma na wa obi hwe nyansa. KMA support cut Konfanochi Teaching Hospital with waste receptacles. Time for a personal SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis, that is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Energy Minister named overall African role model in politics and government. Really? Naponono. Alright, so that is the end of our headlines for today. Stay and stay right here. I'm going for a break. When I'm back, we'll have the newspaper segment. Mpɔtam Morning Show with PAPALAW Perfect on PAPALAW Radio.
Asampayetia Obayansa foso wo bunibia wonka na asam Zema futu sam kakre wa asupeme Yo kofi Oman ya woman Omani ya memana Genyi baby ako Wachaza ya wareni Wonsom wanini pa Kasajipa wofyoye Yamo yembera ye Ebe ya ifiyana Omaya umano Omaya mamana Hadiwaye noya Nyamichata Nyamana renya Wonsom wanini pa Sawaya wanabe Yamo yembera ye Ebe ya ifiyana Wonsom wanini
Mind be ye feminu me no 14 minutes on top of the hour 7 a.m. GMT. Welcome back from the quick break. Now it's time for our newspaper segment. David Santos,
Attorney General.
David Santos,
Attorney, the clean and the soft.
the gentle general.
Today is for you. I'm loving the way the dress code is going.
You see,
I don't know whether it's a key.
Birthdays means so much to me. For one simple reason. I don't know when I'm going to die.
Okay.
So if I have another opportunity to continue with my life journey, I must celebrate. So I have a challenge when somebody says, me, I don't celebrate birthday. You are sick. You are dead human.
They said, you said, those who don't celebrate their birthdays, they are not going to heaven. How is that true?
That I can't confirm.
You can't confirm.
And I can't recollect
It's a
when
say,
I made that statement. But the reality is that when you have a whole year, look at 365. You see it as, just a number. But a lot goes on within a year.
Okay.
And anything can happen. A lot of people have died. A lot of people, I mean, you've attended funerals.
Exactly.
And you know
a lot
what happened within that 365. So when the time is here, you
have
must
to celebrate it.
Yeah, very important.
Attorney.
Hey, gentle general.
And then there was Shisha Cathedral. Kai.
Twaso
Ozi.
Yenye newspaper review.
Yeah, do newspapers.
Newspaper no. And akwa say was their graduate. Na ni diploma no ye no. Owie school ko ye no. Amfa into the diploma certificate ne baba.
Amfa say
the school fee. Ko ye wo. Say djuma ni ho.
Eti ordinary diploma.
Certificate ne diploma certificate ne ba.
No abeji ni sika.
The school fees. Lenya no ano.
Odi man wan.
Benza no.
Hey!
I say, instead of repaying my student loan and returning my diploma, it didn't work.
Abba.
Benza no, you heard your Benza. Over your picture now. As a producer, a bit too much here. Over your picture now. Benza need to relax.
Okay, and your check camera now.
What to hold in Benza?
Okay.
Benza ready over. So bet you now on year.
Hey, I want for check room.
Hey, fine. Twaso and the newspaper no.
Yes.
Dosu pa but
you yeah, sorry, it was so.
Eti for the Herald.
Okay, on the front page of the Herald, it says more trouble for National Cathedral designer. The Ghana's military court UN sanctions with attempt to cover up rape case. Kwabena Japan calls Baumia stranger in MPP.
When Kwabena Japan says this, I think it breaks the rules in the party and it takes away the unity of the party.
Yes.
At the end of the day, whether it's a Latter-day Saint, so indirectly, Baumia is a Latter-day Saint. The Peters and the Pauls are gone, and you are here to make noise. So
it's true. When that happens,
that's me buy a check. NBA is playing a role now.
A role here.
When we were where were you? All right, so
Kwabena Japan calls Baumia stranger in MPP. One delegate against him as he lead new polls. And then Bugari, Nabu, Jerry Hamed, Adum Autry, and others mentioned on secret tape brought in IGP dismissal. So these are on the front page.
Hey, Paul Adum check out. And no one no play tape. And no one play tape.
Smart.
A bit why smart.
A smart move.
All right, so let me take the Informer. On the front page of the Informer, fight against terrorism. Baba Kamara grabs top ECOWAS post. Let's preserve our peace. Kokomba Dagomba Youth Group appeals. That's amazing. We pray for peace between these Dagombas, our brothers, the Konkombas, and then the Dagombas. We pray for peace. 2024, in this issue, 2024 elections, Georgina Wood calls for development-oriented campaign. As only 8 NDC MPs showed up at Collins Dowd's trial, minority cracks over boycott of parliament. Afenyo Markins edges school hairs. Gomwa Efutu land dispute. Zoom Lion support Thailand model on creation of secular secular economy. That's right.
Yeah.
The tick was distracting. Yeah.
Sorry.
So let's go to the Daily Searchlight.
All right. On the front page of the Daily Searchlight, they say undermining the rule of law set our friend free, even if he engaged in perjury, forgery. Majority.
So all
minority
the boycott.
Yeah.
Means that we should just leave him, even though
yes, there is a perjury and forgery. We should pardon him for doing that. So that is what they are saying.
So
there.
if my brother in the village also commits the same blunder, I will say that he should go scot-free.
Exactly.
You see,
that is what they are trying to say.
I agree, but
the law.
If we have to allow this case to travel at its length. Or up to a logical conclusion.
All right.
Let's allow it to flow.
Exactly.
Because this will be a precedent.
That is it.
One day somebody will infer, even at the law court.
Yes.
Somebody will infer that in Judge Kwesi's trial,
that is what happened.
This and that happened.
Yeah.
And so let's truncate or abort or discontinue with the case.
If you are not careful, I
think we have to
what you are saying is
jaw together and see the reality of the case. Maybe the judge might just say, okay, go to the cell or prison for maybe 3 days and come back. That's fine.
That's fine.
There's been judgment and there's been punishment attached to it.
So
when it happens, everybody will be fine. I think so.
Yeah.
Some people are pushing their own parochial interest because he's a politician. So what?
And so
the
what?
law is no respecter of persons.
Yes.
Go ahead.
That is it. Water Regional Minister pledges support to the National Petroleum Authority, and then also food suppliers reject offer from government. Aisha Hanks file witness statement, open defense, and then also be respectful to other candidates in MPP race. Salam Mustafa, and then UNFPA celebrate World Population Day and launches 2023 State of the World Population Report, Accra, Ghana. So these are on the front page of the Daily Searchlight.
All right, so let me take the Meridian newspaper. On the front page, stop the hate speeches. Koya Dagbon Forum urges calm. There is no plot to remove IGP. Interior Minister Ambrose Derry.
Akokraboga pao.
Now, Honorable Kandapa, National Security.
Yeah, maintain campaign. Say, baby, I'm with the narco to the Uber that in the country. Oh, maintain campaign.
And then Canyon and the tape will be by old door force or shape pajamas or say, Honorable, let me see this. Okay, sir.
And no, just want me to do
Honorable Alan Kojuche Mate. Me person be president. Sa papa ne.
O mi kra mi pe. Me nya ka mi pe.
Nanko de Kandapa ne we buy.
Yeah. Naka mo ayede.
All right, Volta Regional Minister pledges support to the NPA. All right, so take the Metro Lens.
Okay, on the front page of the Metro Lens, say Jama South MCE board in scandal, boys invade radio station, beat presenter.
Oh, you saw that video?
Yes, I saw it.
They should come here.
Oh, they should try.
Here.
Yeah.
You be head deal, head batting, bra.
One be pie.
Yeah, Fred committee.
Moja be two.
Say when Buni was so boom.
But how can you do that?
It's bad. Oh, the video is bad.
Oh,
German South MC embroidering scandal.
Yes.
Boys invade radio station, beat presenter and producers.
Yeah.
But bro,
yeah, tia bebruye.
Ah, yeah, dos. Aha. Yenye offense.
As son of a room grano.
There be any offense.
Okay.
How can you do that? We are the next arm of government.
Yeah,
the fourth estate of the realm of government. Yeah, they put the government on their feet.
Yes.
Obebore.
We police those who don't do their work.
Microphone in the power no. Eko baby ya.
Upa.
Odi egunkoso.
Traha why?
Oda twaso.
Yeah. And also on the front page of the Metro Lens, it says Zoom Lion to create a curriculum.
Meba. South German South MC. We see you straight. Emra ye juma wa ha omampanyi AKUFO-ADDO. Omampanyi sa nipa we ntumi mu.
I touch one of your people.
No, Eddie, a lot of contention beba community German South. People be aggrieved and number 2 abatia wa mine. Ebia de mkrofo keke ebia ya empire so why dwen say wo de won kon party didi.
Enfam.
Ubedwetwamu say to answer no akọ.
Yes. It's very true. Okay, so attending Zoom Lion to create a curricular economy in Ghana as it supports stakeholders to learn Thailand's model. The MP are not Dampare extends support to Okada riders.
Is it yes sir? Okada rider channel which I said last week back on so akochiche bi wo.
One of the
MP no.
Omu chichesa.
Duka so akochete.
But me enya Okada papa bia ni bio. Sa kiti ni bi.
Mo sorry amose no no mo de bokro no mo di nsehunu.
Mo enso nua na mo chiche.
Ye mpanyimfo na nkasa no. Wo mo problem. The bio mu take entrenched positions. And double standards as fake people. When they say mu ye fake. Said ye can say sugar ne salt or money ye pen. One ye careful. I just all come share. Mu ye fake.
And also attending court reject Judge Kwesi's application for stay of proceedings. And so that is on the front page of the Metro Lens.
All right, so the Finder, on the front page of the Finder, minority calls for investigations into leak tape plotting IGP's removal. Minority.
Yeah.
Where you below belt. Me who minority ya omudia groches are minority. Where necessary. Men are my point you be. Missy Mayini na Mayino. You can't do anything
at all.
So what are you talking about? You are telling the government to look into the leaked so-called IGP's removal leaked tape, and I should go ahead and do it. I will set up chain of companies for MPP to alleviate suffering of party members. Dr. Koto. Accommodant tomatoes. Government settles outstanding coupons, principal payment to bondholders. So should we always have mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers picket at the finance ministry before they always pay the bondholders?
You want to be disgraced before you do the right thing.
So the money is there.
It is there.
You have means to pay them. Then always we'll put pressure on
pressure. Nipa pressure. Pressure.
Zoom Lion to replicate Thailand's circular economy model in Ghana. Take the Daily Analyst.
All right, so on the front page of the Daily Analyst, it says Kwabena Japan launches campaign, says MPP need a new face and a pair of clean hands. And so that is on the front page of the Daily Analyst. And the MPP MP asks minority to reconsider boycott. And then alert plot to remove Dampare. Interior Minister dismisses reports, says government won't tamper with 2024 elections. We won't accept part payment of 2022 arrests. Food suppliers warn government. Alan spent over 500,000 Ghana cedis monthly on funerals. Others who've seen Adoye discloses. So these are on the front page of the Daily Analyst.
Baumia de Mr. Sergio, you be a bebumper.
What's a bebum?
Fear delegate.
Yes,
in the office where we near you.
A bed for a cheap. Now, for a sick.
Uncle Bisa Luma.
Never found
Aliu Maham. The custodian Patrick Boama Woods absentee NDC MPs. Voter Regional Minister backs MPA to regulate petroleum industry. Resilient NHIS scheme pays over 471 million Ghana cedis to health facilities in 42 days. Oko boy, oh yeah, dear. So go for net two. That's why a papa borrow more than power to a but yeah, what I was a wire swing.
Yeah.
A constituency. Udi back one, Udi be no
be a better number.
Crow Leje Kuku. What so will be bad. Two. Unexpected. Suspend picketing. Koya, DF, preach peace among Kokombes and Dagombes. Take the new crusading guide.
Okay, so on the front page of the new crusading guide, it said bloodly fight erupt in Techima South NDC chairman on lashes things. And then Konkobas, Dangobas unite against hate speech. Leaders call for calm. Link tape Bruhaha, Interior Minister denies plot to win 2024 post of the IGP. And then also I will set up campaigns for MPP to companies. Yeah, I will set up companies for MPP to end your suffering. Accommodant tomorrow's fee akutu and ekasa ewonom. The 67 suspicious transactions Nampo assures Baumia Manchia South is behind you. And then Land Commission uses issues covered against Ni Okpe family over East Igp land. And so these are on the front page of the new crusading guide.
All right, so I will take the new publisher. MPs join forces to solve Gomua Efutu dispute. A newly Konkomba Youth Dagomba Forum call for calm. I nearly died because of MPP Baumia. Techima South NDC get bloody as macho men beat up 80-year-old grandpa. Ghana Science Council of Europe Convention on Cyber Crime. So take the Ghanaian publisher.
All right, so on the front page of the Ghanaian publisher, it says nobody will sack IGP. Interior Minister assures Koya Dabon forum fight hate speech in northern region and pledge to promote peace. Efie Akoto unveils support plan for MPP. MPP still has ability to addresses economic crisis. Ejakon ena ekasa ewo honom.
Okunini Daily Graphic, the authoritative Daily Graphic. Legislators receive gratuity, not as gratia. Speaker of Parliament clarifies. Graphic APSA deepen business relations. Autism, not death warrant. GT Bank rolls out major intervention. So take the daily guide.
The daily
guide. All right, so NDC MPs pile pressure, boycott House over court cases. Boga MP fails to halt trial. No plot to remove IGP Interior Minister. Government confident of securing second IMF tranche. Bloodbath in Techima South NDC. So take the Chronicle.
Okay. On the front page of the Chronicle, it says Supreme Court on the carpet as Ghana loses $3 billion US dollars. Bensam Tower cash. Then provide a pivot minister. Dry says this could have saved the country from going to IMF. And then Ghana must be saved from further decline. Kwabena Japan. Akuto promises peace enterprise for MPP. Daily trial of Chachi Kwesin. Chachu files to convince a judge.
All right. Thank you very much, David Santos. Thank you for helping out.
Thank you to the general today.
All right, so I'm going for a quick break, and when I'm back, Mr. John Apia will educate us on mental health issues in the workplace. Take a stay right here, Mpɔtam Morning Show.
Asampayetia Obanyansa fusu wo munibia wanka na asam Tema futu sam kakre wa asupeme Yo kofi Oman ya woman Omani ya memana Genyi baby ako Wacha za ya warenyi Wonsom wanyinyi pa Kasa dipa wofyoye Yamo yemberaye, ebe ya ifiyana. Amaya umano, amaya mamana. Adiwaye no ya, nyamichada, nyamana renya.
All right, one some, yet 35 minutes on top of the hour, 7 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.mortingghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. It's time to be educated. I have on the line to educate us on mental health issues in the workplace. Mr. John Appiah is the president for African Chamber for Youth Development and also the CEO of A Consort, the best consort in Ghana, Africa, and the world. Good morning, Your Excellency.
This your wife, brother. Thank you very much. Good morning to you, and good morning to the rest of your team and the audiences as well.
That's right. I hope all is well. Everybody is doing well.
Oh yes, the gift of life is enough encouragement that the Lord is not done with us.
That's
so
right.
We'll keep pushing.
That's right. That's right. That's right. As usual, for the benefit of those who are joining us for the first time, how well is Ghana's youth doing? Ghana, Africa, and the world.
Great. So, like we always do, and we always say, it is work in progress. It is work in progress until we get to the point where, for almost all the key decision makers and key positions to be filled in businesses, in politics, in society, are all occupied by young people, then we still have to keep going and encouraging ourselves that day by day, little by little, we'll get there. So, it is work in progress.
I believe so. Chunk by chunk, bit by bit, we'll definitely get there.
That's
With
right.
your expertise, we'll definitely get there. I
Sure.
see a greater percentage of the youth rising up and doing exploit in the coming years. All right, so yesterday we were fortunate to have you on radio to educate us on mental health issues in the workplace. We did the part one. Today we are doing part two. And
Excellent.
for the benefit of those who are joining us for the first time on radio, I want you to explain to us what we mean by the term mental health.
All right. So thank you again for the opportunity, and it's always a pleasure to be able to join your team to share knowledge, experience, and expertise with the world. So yesterday we were trying to drive home the point that when we talk of mental health, there are three main things that are of concern to us. One, your emotional well-being. Two, your psychological well-being. And then three, your social well-being. For us, we are convinced that these three aspects comes together to constitute what we call mental health. So anytime we refer to mental health, we are not necessarily referring to psychiatric problems or people with very, serious mental conditions that requires that they are put under, strict monitoring and then medical care and all that. But we're referring to that group of issues and matters that comes as a result of matters related to your emotional well-being, your psychological well-being, and then your social well-being as well. So that It's what we call mental health. And I think that it is important we make time to talk about this conversation. People are going through a lot. People are going through a lot that, my brother, you can't just imagine what people are going through. The statistics shows that a lot of people are depressed, a lot of people are morose, a lot of people are downhearted, a lot of people feel like giving up. And if we don't spend time to talk about some of these matters and some of these issues, then we'll continue to be plagued with this difficulty and we may not be able to find our way around it. I am always convinced that when it comes to mental health, we have to be each other's keeper. We don't have to leave it only to the professionals to handle, but in our own way, you can contribute to the positive mental health of somebody you work with, somebody in your family, somebody in your society, and somebody around you. Something as simple and basic as just being able to listen to other people, being considerate, being able to apply emotional intelligence, to be able to give people that support they need to allow them to be able to do the best with themselves. So I think that this is a very, very positive thing we're talking about, and I hope that beyond our conversation, we will continue to still talk about it, and then more importantly, do things to help improve the state of people's mental health.
Certainly, we'll be organizing workshops and seminars on such topics, which will really help the society. So today, let's start off with this. Are people self-medicating their mental health problems?
Great. So you see, sometimes when people are faced with problems and issues, we always look for the easy way out. We always look for the easy way out. I remember growing up, there's something we used to call Dutch courage. That is when you take alcohol and then it influences you to be bold to say certain things and do certain things, and after you are done, it just goes away. And you know, it has something still to do with your emotional well-being, because sometimes people may not be strong enough to stand up to their bosses, so they will say, oh, let me go and hide small, let me go and drink small, let me go and take this drug so that at least I get that high, you know, and then I can go there and face my boss and deal with my boss, you know. So people are constantly looking for the easy way out to be able to deal with matters of mental health. So people are on a regular basis resorting to self-medicating as a way of dealing with their feelings of tension, fear, hopelessness, and grief. All right. So some people, even in a way to make it easy for them to cope with whatever they are going through, they may take a pill, or they decide to maybe pour just a drink. You know, it could be to the point that people are addicted not only to alcoholic drinks, to any other thing that you use as a stimulant or you use as a way of reinvigorating yourself. It can be addictive and it can be detrimental. So there are some people that are stuck on coke. I mean, they can't, it's not like the coke in cocaine, but as in the Coca-Cola or a particular type of drink. So almost on a constant basis, they are drinking it to distress. So anytime they feel stressed, they just call, please get me a bottle of Coke. Anytime they are stressed, oh, please get me a bottle of Coke, or get me a bottle of Fanta, or get me a bottle of malt, you know. And over time, people are not just resorting only to drugs, but people are using other things as a way of handling or providing for them short-term relief, you know. But the point is that over time, it will create more difficulties and it will create more problems for you. So whether the person is turning to alcohol or illegal drugs, or even sometimes prescription medication, or even sometimes food as a way to change the way they feel, it is more healthy and more effective to work on how you can improve your mood, how you can cope with your problems, how you can better deal with anxiety and depression and stress. That is a far better way of dealing with it, rather than resorting to drugs and to illegal drugs, for that matter, alcohol, and then even food. So I remember there's this very funny advert we used to see on TV when somebody had a lot of pains and decided to go to the chop bar to eat fufu. And the person said, fufu a painkiller. You know, so sometimes people use food as a way of helping them, you know, get a certain level of high. And sometimes people eat a lot, people take chocolate, people take other things just as a way of, you know, helping them. So it's not even surprising to see that people that are going through a lot of emotional turmoil, especially with work or work related.
Somebody may ask, is not the solution to your mental health
At
but
all.
people think it's a way to solve their mental health issues.
Exactly, because it gives that short-term relief. Because at the end of the day, there can be accumulative problems. So there are some people that are very obese. They are getting out of weight. They are getting out of shape because for them, the only way they can deal with their stress and anxiety and depression is to just eat. eat, and it is having effect on their health. People are suffering from high blood pressure. People are diabetic. People are going through a lot of physical ailments that are as a result of some of the stress, the depression they are going through, and some of the ways they are handling it. Some even decide to go on a hunger strike, loss of appetite, because then they don't even see any reason for them to eat. All these matters can compound further your issues or your matters. So we encourage people not to resort to any of these short-term reliefs as a way of dealing with their stress and anxiety and depression and their state of mental health.
So what are some of the strategies to care for your mental health at work?
So it is important that people apply the following that I will speak about or talk about. These are things I've also tried and I've used, and then it is helping. Sometimes people think that, entrepreneurs who don't have problems. My brother, I'm sure you understand more than I do. The stress we go through, the problems we go through. Sometimes people think that entrepreneurs only pay salaries and that is it. There are a lot more of things that we deal with that sometimes our workers or employees don't even know. But one of the things that I do regularly that helps me, especially when I feel very stressed, is that sometimes I just switch off. Okay, what I mean by that is that for certain periods in my day, I have allocated break times, so that at those moments, I either put off my laptop or I put off the screen to my computer, and then I just decide to maybe shut down the phone and just for maybe 15 minutes, just try and then relax, try and then gain some peace and sanity. It is a very important strategy that helps. All right, so I encourage people to adapt that strategy of switching off. So it's not all the time or all throughout the day, but there's a specific time you should have what I call the me time, where it's just about you trying to reflect over everything that has happened, trying to get some sanity and some peace to be able to regain your strength and revitalize and then go back to work. So I think that that's very important. You need to adapt that strategy. So what it means is that during the day, you may have to take regular breaks that will help you to be able to refocus and re-energize. Sometimes people make themselves available 24/7 and they are responding to work calls, they are responding to emails and other messages just to show people that yes, they are workaholic, they are serious about their job and all that. But it is not very helpful. Can you imagine if you have a boss who calls you at 12 a.m. to discuss work issues with you? Can't you have some peace of mind to sleep? So sometimes what people do is that they have their personal phones and they have their work phones. When they get home, they switch off their work phone because they don't want to be entangled in any problem at all. And I remember I used to work for an international organization, and what they do is that you can only access your emails when you're sitting by your desk in the office. The moment you leave the office, you don't have access to your emails again. And that was another way of helping people to, refresh and re-energize. So for example, if you go on leave, the entire period you're on leave, you don't even have access to your email because it's only in the physical office that you can have access to your email. And these are all strategies that employers can sometimes put in place to help to be able to make people feel comfortable. I remember I also used to work for an organization. I was handling their customer service for them. And look, I was handling about 3 phones, and sometimes in the course of the day, the calls will keep coming and keep coming. So even when I closed, and those days I was sitting in my trotro going home, and then I hear the same ringtone on another person's phone. I'm looking for the phone to pick, but unfortunately, it's not my phone, it's another person's phone. Even when you're watching TV and you hear the ringtone, it reminds you, hey, work. So sometimes people have to make time to be able to just, switch off, put work aside, and try and regain your composure, recharge, re-energize, and get back to work. So that's the first strategy. The other thing too is that I encourage people to practice relaxation techniques. Okay, relaxing and recharging requires more than just zoning out of yourself and then sitting in front of TV to watch a movie or something like that. But it is important for us to understand that to reduce the damaging effect of stress and pressure at work, you need to activate your body's relaxation response. What it means is that you can either decide to pay your own rhythm. For example, some people adapt to deep breathing. So when they are stressed and they are overwhelmed with an avalanche of issues, they just keep quiet and taking a deep breath, maybe once, twice, and thrice, and then it makes them calm down quietly. Sometimes people will just want to get up and stretch themselves and turn around and try to throw their hands in the air and all that, and then come back to their seat, and then they feel more relaxed.
My producer like cracking his ribs. He will just stretch backwards and you could hear
some tools, their knuckles, you hear them quick, and that some even decide to even chew their nails as a way of relaxing, because sometimes it can be extremely stressful. But I recommend that we develop some very good, relaxation technique that will help us. Some people just sit down on their desk, they roll their neck from left to right and all across the, 360, all as a way of keeping their cool. Some also have certain things they have in their hands, maybe a small ball that they've been pressing and holding, just to exercise their hands. Some also have some other forms of distressing technique that they employ. Anything that makes you comfortable and that makes you able to relax, I think you can adapt that and it will be very helpful. The other thing too is that you need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of yourself. Look, I have been in an organization where somebody at the front desk was all over the place, responding to calls, moving from here to here, skipping lunch and all that to stay into work and all that. One day he just got up and collapsed at his desk. We rushed the person to the hospital, but unfortunately, when he got to the hospital, he was pronounced dead on arrival. Apparently, he had a lot of BP issues that he was not taking care of himself. He was not getting good sleep. He was not eating well. He was not exercising regularly, and he just lost his life. And the interesting thing is that just 2 hours after we heard that he had been pronounced dead, another person was assigned to the desk to go and continue the work.
That's it. You are replaceable.
We are replaceable, and that's what people have to know. Nobody is indispensable. Even the president of every nation, they go on leave. You think that even you need to relax. You need to relax. So it's important that you need to take good care of yourself. You need to get quality sleep at night. When you get home and you're sleeping, probably your phones are on silent or something, and get a nice cozy place and just sleep, rest. The problems can take care of themselves. You just have to rest. Sometimes you have to just adapt eating healthily. Very important. People are skipping breakfast on a daily basis. For somebody like you, I suspect that for a long while you don't even eat breakfast. You've been fasting and working and all that. So, once in a while, take a break and just get back your rhythm. Do you get the point? To be able to regain your strength, to be able to focus on growing healthily. Some people always skip lunch and they only eat in the night, deep in the night, banku, tilapia, and all that. I remember when we were in school, late at night, when we were in school, and then some of our scripture union executives, we used to fast a lot. So when some of us were fasting, we would pack our food, the breakfast, go and take it from the dining hall, lunch, we go and take it from the dining hall. Then when we break with the supper, we do breakfast, lunch, and you are just stressing our body. We thought we're just, doing something good for ourselves. So we need to adopt a proper, healthy eating habit. All right. Then you have to also focus on nutritious diets. Always carbohydrate. We know the economy is hard, but sometimes try and spoil yourself a bit. All the hard work is to take good care of yourself. So you are working hard and you are saving, you are working hard, you are saving. You want to die and pass it on to somebody you don't know to come and waste the money for you. So it's important that people also eat nutritiously to be able to stay healthy, and then regular exercise, and very important. Sometimes go for a brisk walk, sometimes exercise, sometimes assign yourself to a gym and get yourself into it. Maybe every weekend go on a trotting around your area, climb the Debris Hills, do something that would exercise your body to improve your health, because it is indeed very, very important. The other thing I'll talk about is that sometimes people would need to find meaning and purpose in their work. There are people that are working because of what he puts on the table. They are not into the work that they are doing. People do it because they have to survive. Sometimes you may have to switch jobs or get to do a job that brings you that kind of fulfillment, that gives you that kind of pleasure, that brings you that kind of peace of mind. It is not easy finding a job like that, because the stress is too much. The poverty is hitting on your door. So if you decide to wait and get a job that you are passionate about, you may not be able to take care of yourself and take care of your family. But whatever you find doing, try as much as possible to develop a sort of love or liking for the job to allow you to be able to put yourself in the job and be passionate about their job or the job that you're doing. There are some people, when you go to their workplaces, you will never see a smile on their face. They are always frowning because what they are doing.
See somebody force them to be there.
I'm telling you, they are angry at work, and the listing, they blow off, and then they are fighting with customers, fighting with their colleagues.
Mental health can also affect your actions and inactions, right?
Absolutely.
And it gets people easily, they easily get upset over trivial issues.
Very trivial issues, because you are not able to manage your emotions well and your psychological well-being. It affects you. You are easily short-circuited by issues that shouldn't even trigger your anger. So once you're able to find some kind of love and passion for the work you are doing, sometimes it is refreshing, it is energizing, it makes you completely relaxed. Sometimes you go to the hospital and you see an emergency and the doctors are relaxed and they're doing what they have to do because they love what it is they're doing. But me and you sitting back watching them, we're even stressed, but they know what they are doing and they are comfortable and happy knowing that what they are doing can save a life. So I think that people will have to find a way of, putting themselves into whatever they are doing, finding purpose in the work they are doing to give them some kind of fulfillment. And then maybe the last thing I'll talk about is that people will need to learn to connect and collaborate. People will need to learn to work together as a team. You may not be able to do it on your own. There are some people, I can tell you, they are not talking to people in their workplaces. They are not talking to particular colleagues. And it is always creating problems because sometimes you need to report to colleague A, but you are fighting with colleague A. So how do you report to colleague A? Sometimes you have to collaborate with colleague A to be able to do the work, but you are not on good talking terms with the person and matters and issues. Look, life is too short for us to stress ourselves with some of these issues. Try as much as possible to live at peace with everybody you are working with to allow you to be able to do your work. I'm not saying the person should be your buddy and your friend, but at least for the purposes of getting the work done, the work has to be done. All right? So people should learn to connect with each other and learn to collaborate because sometimes your colleagues will support you. Sometimes your team members will support you when they realize that something sad has happened to you. Maybe you've lost a relative. Maybe you are going through a broken heart period. They're able to give you all the extra support you need to be able to allow you to stand. You can never be able to do all these things on your own. So let us learn to work closely together. Let us learn to pull our resources together on projects. Let us learn to go together on social breaks outside the workplace just to relax. So you see that a group of workers are on a trip to AKUFO-ADDO just to distress. Sometimes they go to the Bree Mountains or the Bree Gardens or wherever, Rock City, Kwawu and all that, just to allow people to relax together as a team. I think that this is very helpful.
That's awesome. Personally, I want to make a confession. When I'm stressed, I easily forget. So what happens is I turn off my phone and I rest. When I wake up, I get back on track. So I think it will be a good advice to some of our listeners. All right.
Thank you for sharing.
Yes. So are people who are also working from home facing the same issue, or are they also affected with health problems?
Yes, very much so. Because you see, even though you are working virtually, you are still working together with a team. So but you see, the good news is that sometimes it's better because if you are in the office physically, there are people who are always in your faces. You see them on a daily basis. But when you are doing virtual work, unless it is important the person engages or interacts with you, you don't see that person at all. That's the only advantage you can have in those kind of working environments. But the other point too is that even when you are working at home, you can be stressed because you can get an email or get a call or be part of a meeting that can get you stressed. Yesterday, I was in a virtual meeting with people from the US and all over the world. And then it was a time for us to go into our groupings. And I was put into a group and all of them were Francophone people. And they were speaking French and I was there in their group and like, Charlie, I was just lost, So though I'm not physically present, I feel that I'm lost. I remember they asked me to say something. I realized that I had to say something. And later I was like, John, what you spoke, but you were pushed to the wall. Even virtual working can bring a lot of stress. Okay. So I think that people don't have to think that, because I'm working from home is my comfortable zone, so everything will go on like that. No, it doesn't work like that. And even at the working environment at home, you need to put certain measures in place. And if you allow me, I'll speak about 3 or 4 that you can put in place to ensure that you are able to manage it even when you're working from home.
Please go ahead.
Okay, so for example, you need to maintain a regular routine. Sometimes there's a temptation to work from your bed. By the time you realize you are fast asleep. So I think that when you're working from home, tell yourself that at 8 o'clock, I'm going to sit by my desk at home. I'm going to set up my computer, set up my Wi-Fi, my internet. I'm going to set up my printer, my telephone and everything. And I'm actually going to sit down to work. The only advantage is that sometimes you can wear your boxers and sit down by your office to work. But when you're going to have a lot of video calls and all that, you need to be dressed appropriately for the occasion. So people should maintain a regular work routine so that you know that from 8 o'clock to 10, I'm doing this thing. From 10 to 12, I'm doing this thing. And then you're able to schedule your day that way. It helps a lot. Secondly, you need to schedule breaks and set boundaries. You don't tell me you're working from office, you're behind your PC and you're watching a Netflix movie. You would definitely be distracted. Okay, so people will have to be able to, for example, schedule breaks. Even though you are home and you can break at any time, just tell yourself that your break is from 12 to 1. So from 12 to 1, you're going to go into the kitchen and get something to eat, or you're going to step out and get something to buy, or you're going to order food to come in, and then all that. And you're going to set time for yourself that you're eating for just 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and then you're getting back to your work. All these things are important. You need to set the breaks and set the boundaries. All right. If you have people at home that may interrupt with the flow of work, let them understand that between this period to this period, you are strictly working. All right. And that can be helpful to you to be able to maintain a very good balance when you are working. And then also you need to identify a dedicated workspace. That will be very, very helpful to you, whether it's in your bedroom, whether it's in the hall, whether it's in the garage, whether it's in your porch, anywhere you think that you can designate and dedicate as your workspace. It is helpful because then when you get into that environment, you know, and quickly get into the work mode because you know that it is time for work. So I think that can also be very, very important. And then from time to time, arrange and get to the office to also get to engage with people. Get to engage with people and also get to interact with people as well, because sometimes if it is all virtual, it's not helpful. So once in a while, maybe once a week, twice in a month, get yourself into the place where you can get the opportunity to, you know, engage with other people and then also to interact with other people. So that is what I'll suggest, so that you are not only working, because if you continue to work virtually at a point, Charlie, you get lost. When you see people, you don't know how to even react or relate with people all that. So I think that these are all another disadvantage, but these are all issues we're discussing. But the point is that you try as much as possible, once in a month, once in a week, depending on the schedule that your job will allow you. You can have some time, and then you can get to, you know, relax a bit. So I think it's important that people will put that into context, and that will be helpful. Please.
So finally, how is it necessary to discuss my health, mental health issues with my employer? If yes, how do I go about it?
Okay. I think it's very important because, like I've indicated in our earlier conversation, once you are in a working environment, you have superiors and supervisors and people that you report to, and they play a very critical role in your mental well-being. So if it gets to a point you realize that you are too stressed, you're overwhelmed with matters and issues, and you need to find space to engage with your boss for them to also understand what is going on, it is appropriate and it is right. Sometimes people assume that your bosses should be able to read your mind and know what you're going through, but it doesn't always work that way because your boss is also stressed, you know. So it's important that you make time sometimes to discuss matters of mental health with your superiors, and this is what I'll advise. One, you need to be able to choose the right time to be able to talk or to be able to engage with them, because you work with them on a daily basis. You know how busy they are. So if you decide to put a meeting to talk about matters of mental health at a time when your boss is getting ready for a board meeting or just returned from a board meeting and maybe was lambasted at a board meeting and the person is all angry and all that, and you choose that time to go and speak with him, obviously that conversation may not go very well. So please identify the right time to be able to talk with your boss. And then I think that it's also important in your conversation to link whatever you're saying to your work performance, because for some of us bosses, what we're interested in is your work performance. So if you're able to tie it into the fact that, you know, your state of mental health is affecting your productivity and your output, of course, then any boss who listens to something like that, or superior supervisor that hears something like that, will sit up and listen, because then they are also interested in your work performance. So find a way of just tying it in. Don't just go and cry and leave the office, but at least let your boss know that because of one or two things you are going through, it is affecting your levels of performance and all that. And if possible, these are some of the suggestions you may want to give to allow you to be able to have that peace of mind to continue to work. And then thirdly, you should go there with some concrete solutions in mind. You don't assume that once you get to talk to your supervisors about your state of mental health, they will find solutions for you. Sometimes you may have to go with some proposals in mind. that will make the conversation easier and then very helpful. There are times too that you may have to work together with your colleagues, because maybe you are not the only person experiencing a particular kind of experience that is harming or negatively affecting your mental health. So, for example, if there's a lot of bullying in your workplace, harassment in your workplace, and all that, you may not be the only person suffering from that. So, you may have to go together with a coalition of other people who may be in the same situation to sort of paint a picture of how serious the matter is. And I think that it will work. And then finally, you also have to understand your employer. There are a lot of demands on your supervisors and your bosses and your CEOs and all that. So sometimes you shouldn't assume that once you go and sit in front of them to talk, then the matters are resolved immediately. Sometimes it will take time. So you need to measure your expectations. And I think that will be very helpful.
All right, so I wanted you to go, but quickly, we live in a society where we have norms, we have trust issues.
Yes.
Going to tell my boss about this, the next minute every worker knows about my health status and all that.
True.
Especially in our culture. Elsewhere it's normal. People feel so comfortable discussing some of these sensitive issues.
Right.
So how do we handle some of these issues within our work force?
Okay. So matters of confidentiality is very important to every working environment, and I think that employers should consciously make it a point to make their employees very comfortable around the fact that matters that are discussed in confidence will be kept in confidence. That's a very important thing. So we need to be able to give that assurance constantly to the people who work with, for them to understand that certain conversations they have with you, especially with regards to their mental health, it is with a lot of confidentiality, and that it will not be breached, because sometimes if matters are discussed in confidence, it becomes open and everybody knows about it. It compounds and complicates the issues as well. So I think that employers will have to make their employees aware of the fact that there is always confidentiality on matters like that, and sometimes it has to be codified and put in the system. So maybe in the employee handbook or whatever it is, it should be known, and policies written down to the effect that once you have matters related to issues like that, we have privacy and we'll give you confidentiality. And sometimes we may refer you to another aspect, or we'll have an in-house person that comes regularly to deal with matters of mental health and stuff like that. I think that it may be cost to the employer, but it may be worth doing something like that, because then it helps to be able to get your people all on the right tangent for work.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure having you on radio.
Thank you very much as well. Welcome, sir. All right,
have a
bye.
blessed day.
You too. Bye.
All right, so that was Mr. John Appiah, the president for African Chamber for Youth Development. He's also the CEO of A-League Consult. 6 minutes on top of the hour, 8 a.m. GMT, in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We stream it live on www.modernghana.com, online, radiobox.com. Stick and stay right here. Mpɔtam Morning Show.
Yamishira, how many payers for Enyanum? Afanya misroye jumana nyami besrayen Abraya boya Amoya muraye Ebe ya efi yanara Amabe ya efi yanara Ejano mapofo Asite be ya efi yanara Zemkafwe Amabe ya efi yanara Azize Amoya muraye Asampayetia Obayansa fuso wo munibia wanka na asam Zema futu sam kakre wa asupeme Yo kofi Oman ya woman Omani ya memana Genyi bebi ako Wachaza ya warenyi Wonsom wanyinyi pa Asadipa wofyoye Yamo yemberaye Ebe ya ifiyana Omae ya umano Omae ya mamana Adiwaye nobra Nyamichata Nyemana renya Wanso wanyinyipa Sawa ya wanabe Yamo yemberaye Ebe ya ifiyana Wanso wanyinyipa Nazadepa ofyoyo Kamo yamburaye Ebe ya ifiyana Amabe ya ifiyana Amabeyo Asite be ya ifiyana Oh Amabe ya ifiyana Yana Kamo yamburaye Ebe ya Abrayu warabo Efriana, Eminawa, Yamo Emirae, Abeya, Efriana, Ese, Amabeya, Efriana, Abraya, Sabeya, Efriana, Amabeya, Efriana, Yamo Emirae, Abeya. Can you do wafa? Simpower ways na winya. Yamishira, Amani Paya, the Foa, Enyanum. Afanya Misroya, Jumana, Yami Besrayan, Abraya Boya, Amoya Muraye, Abeya, Efianara, Amabaya, Efianara, Ejanoma Pofo, Asita. Yeah.
30 minutes on top of the hour, 8 a.m. GMT, in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. Of my be time for editorials for today. We won't succumb to pressures to accept LGBT as human rights issue. In Team Forjo, the Deputy Minister of Education, Reverend John in Team Forjo, says the government will not conform to any attempt to put pressure on Ghanaian society to accept the infiltration of obnoxious, obscene sexual perversion being championed by a group as human rights issues. According to the Deputy Minister of Education, the proponent of the promotion of proper human rights, human sexual rights, and Ghanaian family values bill remain resolute in preserving the dignity and sanctity of Ghanaian values and culture, despite threats from investors and promoters of LGBTQ+. In an interview after commissioning a library complex constructed by a philanthropist, Samuel Bequin, for the people of Sechiama near Adeso, Reverend Forjo expressed his optimism that all members of parliament, together with the speaker, will unanimously pass the bill into law to protect the future generation of this country from extinction. LGBTQ+ and matters arising is something that we all need to be resolute about. It is about protecting our future generations. You and I are here today because our grandfathers and mothers made the decision to procreate, that a person will marry, that a man will marry a woman and a woman will marry a man. And that is why they gave birth to us and why we are giving birth. And our grandchildren are expected to also reproduce. It is an early attempt to put pressure on our society to accept the infiltration of the obnoxious, obscene sexual perversion tendencies that people ascribe as human rights. These are not human rights, so they need help, and we are willing to help them, he stated. Reverend Forjo, who commended Mr. Bequin for providing students in the deprived community with the library facility, also called on Ghanaians to vote against any party that will politicize the free senior high school policy and education in the country. For his part, Mr. Bequin, who noted the importance of the facility to the education of children in the deprived community, urged the community to take full advantage of the facility to improve their reading ability. The importance of a library in any community cannot be overstated, and I urge the students to take advantage of the library for their endeavors, he added. Reptiles invade infancy school, teachers abandon bungalow. 2 teachers and their families who earlier occupied a 2-unit teachers bungalow at the infancy DA Junior High School has indefinitely abandoned their official residence for fear of being attacked by reptiles. They have since sought shelter elsewhere in the community and in Kumasi after snakes and scorpions found their way into their living rooms, mostly at dawn. Aside from the feeble doors to the bungalow, which make it easy for these predators to sneak through their rooms, the ceiling has also been identified as the main route for the reptiles and arachnids. Portions of the ceiling have also been removed as a result of heavy winds, making it porous for the prey to enter. The roofing sheet have also developed with several leakages, forcing the school authorities to improvise by placing concrete blocks on it to avoid further destruction. Portions of the ceiling destroyed, making it accessible to the predators. Moreover, the bungalow is surrounded by a canopy of giant trees, making the environment conducive for such predatory species to breed. They are appealing for a lavatory. He said this on the sidelines of a debate to hand over a multi-purpose library facility to the school by the Movement of Glory Prayer Mimokpa last Thursday as infancy in the Echima in Wabiaja North District in the Ashanti region. According to the headmaster, the two teachers were not the first to have vacated the bungalow for similar reasons. The teachers' toilet facility now desolate. He said the school, established in 1963 with an increasing current population of over 200, had seen little or no renovations and appeal to the government and other benevolent organizations to come to its aid. Another concern he raised was the absence of a lavatory for the school children, a situation which pupils took advantage of to go home when nature called, and in most cases never returned to school. That, he said, affected contact hours with the schools and subsequently put these young ones at a disadvantage in pursuing quality basic education. Secret recording of purported plot to remove Igp Dampare leaks. A purported secret audio recording has emerged detailing an alleged plot by persons suspected to be high-ranking officials of the ruling New Patriotic Party and a top member of the Ghana Police Service to remove the current Inspector General of Police, Dr. George AKUFO-Dampare, from office ahead of the 2024 election. The unidentified individuals involved in the recorded conversation expressed frustration over the IGP's alleged reluctance to align the police force's activities with the interests of the ruling party. He raised concerns about his leadership style and rumored association with the opposition New National Democratic Congress, the NDC. I know there are others who are also good for this position. If I don't get it and this man is changed, and those people that we think are men get it, I'll be happy, because we need to break this 8. That is important. We need to break the 8, because I wouldn't want a doctor to become the flag bearer and then we lose the elections. One of the men who is reportedly a police officer in the audio is heard saying, as a result, they concluded that achieving the MPP's breaking the 8 agenda will be impossible with Dampare as the head of the police. This IGP is not correct. He won't help us. Ahaji, you have done politics. You know elections are not just door to door. Elections, sometimes mafia work is inside, and this man sitting down up there would not help our party to do anything, the supposed security official added. The other who identified himself in the tape as a former MPP regional chairman corroborates a statement by responding. It's not just sometimes mafia work is inside. As for elections, mafia work is involved. Regarding the just ended as a not by election, the unnamed security official explained that we have selected our own people, security personnel, to go there so that we work with the party over there so that they know how to do their things. The purported top MPP official agreed. I would talk to the chairman and the general secretary myself. They should stay in the headquarters. They will go and see our plans and work to destroy it. The supposed senior MPP member responded. The purported security official further said, "This current man will not help us. Me, I've been an MPP member a long time before I even joined the service. And now we need, because If we don't break the 8, that is my only objective. Interior Minister denies plot to oust Dampare Rig 2024 post. The government has strongly refuted allegations of a clandestine scheme to oust the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George AKUFO-Dampare, from his position prior to the 2024 general elections. A leak tape has surfaced uncovering a plot involving a high-ranking police officer and a member of the New Patriotic Party aimed at removing the IGP. The motive behind this plot appears to be the concern that Dr. Dampare could impede effort to manipulate the outcome of the 2024 election. In response to these claims, the Interior Minister Ambrose Derry, addressing a press conference in Parliament on Tuesday, dismissed the allegations and urging the public to disregard them as baseless and unfounded. He maintained that there is no such plot against the Inspector General of Police, emphasizing the importance of upholding the integrity and independence of the police force during electoral process. Meanwhile, the minority in Parliament has urged the government to thoroughly investigate a leak tape which suggests that the government aims at rigging the upcoming general elections following the planned removal of the IGP, Dr. George AKUFO-Dampare. Speaking to journalists, the ranking member on the Defense and Interior Committee of Parliament, James Agaga, said such comment passed for treason, hence the need for urgent action to be taken by the government to deal with it. I will work with a ministerial team of 54. Kwabena Japan promises at campaign launch. The flag bearer hopeful of the governing New Patriotic Party engineer, Kwabena Japan, has promised to work with a ministerial team of 54 members should he be elected as flag bearer of the party and subsequently the president. He says by doing that, his government will demonstrate exemplary leadership in its quest to implement austerity measures. Our government have been too large, so that's the first thing to send a strong signal. It's not about the quantum of money you save by downsizing the government, but the moral message you send to the Ghanaian people that you are serious about what you are doing. Cut down the government perks in Ghana right now. It appears people enjoy government perks more than the work that they are supposed to do. It's important as leaders to lead by example. And that's what I have said. We will cut down the government. I will work with a 54 ministerial team. That's the stark departure from what we have used in the Fourth Republic. That's a major departure from what you are seeing. So it's a policy plan. The flag bearer hopeful assured during his campaign launch on Tuesday, July 11th. Additionally, Mr. Japan stressed the need for the country to work towards balancing its budget, explaining that operating on deficit financing was not a sustainable way to run a government. He further vowed that his government will be significantly different, stating that he will ensure that Ghanaians get value for money. We can take decisions with 138, 138 MPs, majority leader on minority boycott. The majority leader has bemoaned the decision by the minority caucus to boycott parliamentary proceedings in solidarity with some 3 members who are standing various trials. Seche Mensah said the decision was taken on impulse by the minority, but with the benefit of hindsight, it should be rescinded. The Swami, member of parliament, however, stressed that the majority numbers, if fully represented in the House, can allow decisions to be taken even in the absence of the National Democratic Congress MPs. But he said he will be engaging the minority leader, Dr. Atoban Force, before knowing the next step to take. I intend to engage my colleague and compatriot, the minority leader, on that, he said. But if they insist that they wouldn't attend to the business of parliament, what else can you do? You need to mobilize your numbers to attend to the business of the House. The minority on Thursday, July 6th, boycotted parliamentary proceedings following a warning 2 days earlier to escort a Senate MP, James Jachikoisen, as he appeared before an Accra High Court. The sitting was suspended as a result of the lack of quorum. On Tuesday, July 11, the same scenario played out as all the NDC MPs followed Mr. Jachikoisen to court. But the Minister of Parliamentary Affairs insists his caucus has the numbers to take decisions, just like it did with the budget. We can take decisions in their absence, he emphasized. If we have 138, we can take any decision that we want. Bawumia stands very tall among all the aspirant majority leaders. Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia stands tall among all the presidential aspirants for the New Patriotic Party. The majority leader, Osei Mensah Bonsu, has said. Mr. Che Mensah Bonsu indicated that Dr. Bawumia's loyalty to the MPP, his experience, and his humility are unmatched. We need a new face to lead MPP as flag bearer, Kwabena Japan. A flag bearer hopeful of the New Patriotic Party, Kwabena Japan, has said that the same people who have handled the economy in these difficult times should not be allowed to lead a party into the 2024 general election. He feared that Ghanaians will reject the MPP in the next election if these same people lead a party. To that end, he said he is looking for a new face to lead the MPP. We need a new face, he said during his campaign launch in Accra on Tuesday, July 11th. Parliament suspend proceedings on day 2 of minority boycott. Proceedings in Parliament on Tuesday, July 11th were suspended following a near empty house. There were no members of the minority at the time of start of proceedings, while the number of majority MPs were barely 10. The second deputy speaker, Andrea Mwakwensiama, decided to suspend sitting thereof. Why boycott parliament? Because the law is asking legitimate questions. Koku asks minority. A former deputy general secretary of the new National Democratic Congress, Koku Anyidewu, is wondering why the minority in parliament are boycotting parliament to be in court to support their members who are standing trials, when, in his view, the law is asking their members legitimate questions. Don't MPs draw legitimacy from the Constitution of Ghana? Doesn't the Constitution prescribe what is against the laws of the land? So you want the Constitution to protect you, but not protect the state. Why boycott the work of Parliament? Because the law is asking legit questions, he tweeted. All right, so the end of editorials for today. Mpɔtam morning show with PAPALAW perfect 32 minutes on top of the hour, 8 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, online radiobox.com. I want you to hit the share button, share the broadcast on your page or your timeline, send the link to your friends. I'm going for a break. When I'm back, the politicians will take the center stage and do politics. Stick and stay right here.
na winya Yami shira Omani paya zefuwa Enyanum Efanya mistroye Jumana nyami besrayen Obraye boya Emoye muraye Ebe ya efi yanara Amabeye ya efi yanara Ejano mapofo Asitrebe ya efi yanara Zemkabwe Amabeye ya efi yanara Adije Emoye muraye Ebe ya Efa ejibenkawa Amabeye ya efi yanara Yanaro Emoye muraye Ebe ya efi yanara Ese abrabe ya efi yanaro Yumaya Asitebe ya efi yanaro Amabe ya efi yanara Emoye muraye Ebe ya Yajobi yazo Efi yanaro Emoye muraye Saheba ukara na washawa Amabe ya Emoye muraye Wasa chibara wadongana na wasaya Efi yanaro Emoye muraye Ebe ajajabwe Yamoye muraye Ebe ya efi yanara Asampa yetia Obayansafo so wo munibia wonka na asam Zema futu sam kakre wa asupeme Yo kofi Oman ya woman Omani ya memana Genyi baby ako Wachaza ya warenyi Wonsom wanyinyi pa Nasadipa wofyoye Yamo yemberaye Ebe ya efiyana Oman ya umano Oman ya memana Adiwaye nowya Nyamichaza Nyamana renya Wanso wanyinyipa Sawa ya wanabe Yamo yemberaye Ebe ya efiyana Wanso wanyinyipa Nazazipa ofyoyo Yamo yemberaye Ebe ya efiyana Amabe ya efiyana Amabe yo Asitebe ya Efiyana, oh, Amabe ya Efiyana, Yana, Yamo yemberaye, Abe ya, Abrayu arabo, Amabe ya Efiyana, Emina, Yamo yemberaye, Abe ya Efiyana, Ese, Amabe ya Efiyana. Abraya we sabeya Efriyanaro Ao Amabeya Efriyanara Yamo yemberaye Abeya Yamoni Amabeya Efriyanara Abraya we Yamo yemberaye Abeya
Oman be ye feminu mienura 38 minutes on top of the hour. 8 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio, streaming live on www.modernghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. So it's time to do politics, and I have on the line to speak to these issues Honorable Razak Abdul Hussein. He is the NDC's Secretary for Medina constituency. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning, Apostle.
How are you doing?
Apostle, by the grace of God, we are managing.
How's the family?
family all is doing well, and I hope you and your crew are doing well.
The Lord is faithful. All of us are bouncing very well by God's grace. So let me also welcome Honorable Samuel Dia. Honorable.
Yes, sir.
But your bo position be na oppose na no edin papa. On the
Honorable Samuel Dia, Zone 5 coordinator for Greater Accra Association of Assembly Members.
That's right.
Messiah NPP Nimapa.
I see. Now I aban ye ko ye de. Oman ye ko ye.
Oh, Oman de e ka se bibia de na kwa mu a. We are on track. Ejuma de ye bi. Me bra, we secretary Medina kwa be di ho dance ye say. And now do dan kwa AKUFO-ADDO e magu di. One of the best governors enya ewo Ghana ha.
Oko fata ma bapa o ye misa Honorable Razak say bibia ko ye e o Madina ni. You Honorable Razak ene wo sempa me pa cho wu Ghana say ko ye de.
Apostle. Ne de kano. De asida ke se be ma o trade am ponyankopon. Say with me ene abadi shemende anope wo mo fidi ke se so ase. Na mincha PAPALAW radio Tifunyani.
That's right.
Few members and as a production team.
Yeah, Jimoso.
I mean, Mr. Edua also other side of the line. Or say beside that. That's it.
Osi emisa na osi wa wuni se koyi e wo be di mu
dance e no kre say nipa de open no kre dia na wonya second part and third part no wetin dia dance ni kano Apostle.
Yes sir.
Me hun sana kwa be dia me fa me di be sha se kwa no kre na e ba ko pe nyama mu ayedi mpa yi. Oh my name. Apostle. And you say bia obi ta obi and I say bia me makwa ndisi na America sa debi. No kwa da wa no na eka. No wonder for mo so mo ye MPP for. Ayi nya it mi shia ya bon yo mo komo na dade. Omo mo jitum se enkoyi. Omo mo jitum se nyama nkoyi. Because expectation na any any promises na omapeni na do ye ni na bedi chi omo ye ya omo de bedu ye no ya Apostle ede obi timi fraw ade obi sa wan say patch up just 10 cedis and 5 cedis ye no momo 10 cedis 5 cedis 20 cedis and you show opeso di to idanedi ejani wo ho, there's no doubt about it. Ejani wo ho ni mum skenyo ena nipa nyuma egu bit na kwa bishop Peter Napa but now madiasa I was to start now coffee ya ma me no mo koja mo kokoton tomatoes ni meko ni adade no and there so me nwa na wo other side no so person hu nukura no a on don ti see dwum on ti see e friends makola dwum anatudu anada baka market ko on don call opekwa on don bra Madina market ya anazongo junction Madina ya no be decide before dia on gina on be dia dance no oh say ya I was say ya ka say nyeso I was say ya ka isande so o man no ye ya eye ma yinya sanso na enko ya e ko ma yinya me say promises no adoso promises no adoso and crowning I mean Apostle come Kumayesh.
You say Dr. Baumia say a delegate be a constituency be a 10 appointment.
Oh.
Comrade Japan so say Oba obey 54 ministerial way appointment pe.
Comrade Japan le kasa na ina ne kasa.
Comrade Japan so Oba 54 ministerial team no be for.
Watcher at least 54 the what is so but is that 126 no. Say now we are 126 maybe na 121.
Yeah.
And say 126 is 121 there about.
Yeah.
Then so the 54. What say ampa the model or the economy of Ghana.
the Padudu are from the minister, and look at from the Japan account, 54. Ghana don't need about 70 ministers, even 60 ministers, and yet, but all these only 60 Grand Canary, that's 126 or 121, there, 124 in the name tree, and so on our candidate. But the issue is, and that. Over Bamia said, on all bar 10, the conference be a 10 appointment. Now, acquired no across AKUFO-ADDO presidential staff, and because we check currently the strength of the presidential staff, and up to now, they can't even give us the actual total. They are not going to give, they are not able to give us the actual presidential staff at total. Because of 10, let's just say presidential staff and quite 2,750. So or appointed 10. Let us all the appointment one specify. Let us say presidential staff person or by appointed. That's the position. So appointed 10. Let us say 2,750. Other presidents one almost on P2. Only have P2 and answer petition one.
You honorable the Nkwasam Nankasa. We are Beba MPP. You can say presidential. Election so pa ye bebo so bosha kokoso ene in some more presidential hopefuls na keka but me ko honorable dua ho honorable bocho league table bi aba no wati
me parliament ye
IGP ye say MPP for mo pese mu yini fi ho because or hamo mo agenda 2024 said mo pese mu wi aba ni mu no obey see a kwan de amamo anunti top police officer bi and former according to the tape no alleged tape no leak tape no former Northern Regional chairman of the MPP and they are money din but sa nipa no and so cancer so say ba can say omo mpene ma ba umia ma na ba umia nyobi e wo so oba Name MPP there. I was here we are banimu na wamutumi a breaky 8 no. Then I walk afam.
Yo mini amdase. For IGP there no. Me ankasa me dia me de me ni say no kwe. Me see say adwuma boni a Igp Dampare koye e wo ascend up.
Hey, okoye adwuma boni.
Oh, masa. Edunti. Oh, yes. No come that Edunti every said Dampare ni favorite for be a woman who said Piana and share almost share you map of a year, you bet me as a son. And to Obudi can't be propaganda. Mr. Politician, almost come a politician is you. To Obudi can't be such agenda. Nay, young Pia or Tipania, hey.
That's on one conforming dinner say.
Hey, one more person unity in your Anna. And the Akabasa partners when you public sympathy. And no Sana is a penny to me, you know, because almost a day propaganda, the other top one says, I think not abandoning the beer, you know. As maybe as this number say, be an quite idea of more Dampare at them. I wish I did and say, I assistant Papano. It's really almost so many kind, and my 2 foot from Ghana for any. Then a better Papa Benny sympathy. Now it would be answering me and Sano. So, because it's my bond, that which I say, it's my bonnie bank.
May I
wish you be that bank. What did that Ben say? Yeah, quite election to say, yeah. And the part Doma who do one pepper. Now we see me cut a party in penny for say. Will be our guide penny via minister via appointee via opening through and perform. Now, one police station was opening to a police station near via papa. Massa, police are black you. A year 2 months a black. Difference a woman is to a quitter almost. Italian and money person, as to a bishop black or a police in tea. Let me say to my administration too. A true any idea difference from one, a different stroke. And so people penny be who buy now so funny to want for one answer. I inquire. Now with the penny, no one air twist and any. If you hope, may it be million, I can see a petty penny for an yard and say, what would try? Say, yes, a must have a cost. And say 2020 year near voter registration. Kaswa. How a commission? I the bodyguard in the Kuta 2 or ma 1 short one. Anka a dear how a commission. because a drum two ban so I'm with a bunakunu, so I'm with a day. It's a sad, I can bodyguard and not conquer a tour and can deal with you. No will be a to bar, would you say Africa, Barney, idea, sometimes the calculation day, a bomb. Now it's me, a bodyguard, a hood was a deal with a good form. What dear, me ni papa na anya jiti na ye Dampare free okra enye mama
hey
and say no I the point
I just am person mu yi no
oh na me dia de to me be na me ni ame ho but me imagine na make no I said to me ye yi no quite many bede
sir
it me who say that tape na aba bonten no me susu say e be say nkofo bi okopɛ Dampare asep na ahye da ye sa say ne ba bonten obenya sympathy e wa bon the public so the bear of penny and Sano. It's the way ya who be a question baby. I media Mrs. say a bear could be a fed down for that summer. I said I had the over the boss or ban. I say, young flag balance upon the show. Yeah, but we are as sebo. I saw my connection to be at an appointment. At an appointment in the crowd, blah, making me a kind as a big crowd or whatever. Because so far, national health insurance, NIA, YEA, NYA, wait me account here, Nina, almost district director. So the appointment is been added to the media secretary of Medina, Minia Razak Kayano. So I think what specifies me bar. Member will be a conference be a member will be a minister of social and show. Over be a board chairman and board social and show. It's appointment in my system.
Osi Kumasi for the Obemomo, a presidential, a vice presidential slot.
I grow on this Jano.
Ose,
I grow on this Jano.
Hey,
Masa,
a candidate.
Oh, Masa,
Obi akotra daka mo defend mo party.
Sasa bi ada bin party.
Osi mo use na madam peno. Na dodo nimpo a nanka ewo se omo betena daka nim no mu nyina edwane ono na ekoji bullet ne de maamo ena ye kan say papa ye olidi mo council yi Philippa de o se ye ko bia use na dampe na nka ene nka be ye ono na wo a wo ye yi a wo kotena daka mu akoye you and I were not there there.
Apostle and pray as a more good mood ntino you be kon bako because Mr. Sister na ya na libu kra yefu agufu say Dr. Mahmoud Bambia ebekasa ninia from nowhere and e be far doctor and e do be ran me na eno say unkwa ni etremni nyansani a wo enfidi mo but ye watom
osi NDC fo suro no candidate osi candidate for na kanyina NDC suro bi apart from ono na NDC anopa
NDC
NDC for bonidi anopa wi anwumra even in their dreams omo bonidi just omo
because you are the vice president in the other level ana what be real political scene mu and the NDC for kasa na omo bonidi say dey answer so everybody will be age to natural human being nana so you say free baby nowhere and I will be around me you lose election 2012 and I can say case sound do because media we have records now both NCP and NDC now what do call election no lose election now the next election was sound the for from 92 ABC and next I just say yeah NPP one from 2A you lose na Dr. Mahmoud Bambia ya maintain and no say now one nyansan wo
I'm so the longest serving vice president of the Fourth Republic.
Yes, running mate
okay.
Running mate.
Oh, vice president oyetwa 8 years or na.
I say ba kon so early mama sister 8 years.
I see.
Early mama sister 8 years. Wow. Now see I will be there now ya court. Now what do boss? Mu ya petitioners here. Masa, sir, wo da sem court wa. I am na sem ko jada kan ma. Baby, I don't want to call petitioner. I want to call it. do the funny
Atinanka Baumi Resenka Obi Gotena Mumano Nyaza.
I don't know.
Ye we are no Wababetna Kunyanis as vice president.
Yo. It would the funny say. So now we are petition our family as you could not become one. Now we didn't say both NPP and NDC. Say a running mate. That's a person name you cry. Still, and for substitution, we never our campaign and not a catwa. If you want to do person this one fast walk, that's our summer banner for dinner. What's it? Your flow, we are doing it. That's how the news is baby. Now, the young say, yeah, no MPs, a cookie down the ministers be a dinner. Now, Papa, you do matter indirectly with him. Because you can't baby.
I see MPs, you know, Mako 100 and plus 8 times.
What the MPs, you know? Including Japan, 137, women not about me. What including Japan, not at year. I have 137.
There
were police station executives, 193,000. Police station executives, 193,000.
The Baumia on the Onu,
exactly. It is our say, MPs, 118, 1 white, I was here, if I'm by Uba, I also was here, you MP 1. Your police station executive 1,035. It do up on my MP and from 1,000 and you better wait out and wedding with him.
There be.
Who did with him? Well, Papa, the Casa, a young also. One more question, I bet you make us yourself. I'm not the Dr. Mahmoud Bambia. Who doctor, who buy your so what can I say to it? None of them. What can I say? What the we economists now, we are politicians. It will be then. I'm asking, I'm not saying, Brother Guano economy, no, no, any politics. So it's not a woman politician crowd. And you pop out, Charlie, you know, you ever be room. Then they are group of crowd. There's a way actually to a crowd. Tell you, what do you mean you do say no toy? If it's a toy, and it's 1 year, what's now to you?
What can say, to me, the dean chain, dear, or Tobiano.
And for Bravo, let me do Musica as some party, no. That's a do enough idea, oh, no problem. That one shall have a party in there, or come home. But catch the do of what? The LPP 24 and can have a catch a deal cost or selling. As you say, yes, Dr. Woodbull, we are quite young, senior or LPP. Apart from our no, will be any answer. What's in our not frail, except economy? Economy is a question. Economy is a saying. Some the company didn't market economical turn to it. Young can send the NPP in India, demand 1 city. Let me hear as I can find it. I command 10 cities. You know, that's on the pet. If you say, election I have on you will be under the food. I do my way, our food. Because all food, you know, economy. A one and I see in charge of the economy, no. Never can my, I put you saying. We are here, we are going to hear Japan, so they do my way as MP. Canada MP for 24 years.
Also, the sawdust be generate electricity. So what?
Very good. Deep thinker. Quite yeah, but we are around when you mean, prepare message via with their Ghana. Every day ahead of Waka.
As a Tuatwana.
When the message? Yeah, we are any message.
What also I had digitalization, why digitalize it?
Yeah, taking a record or IT background. Second records, as our IT background, it is as random coin or my other everybody who and Mappa. I didn't think as economy is about economy on a most to make a master. What can I say? What can economy no matter? Not Ghana for it. As you man edition is what you may not want me yet. What we are now said, I said. 30 money every and tomorrow point. But I told no mutual and what? Yeah, no, NBC for I can say, you are Mahmoud Bobby on kind of play. But I don't want to say, woman Casasa.
And you for us to say, oh, for us to some friend Baulaya, no.
I don't hear, me Casa. But they say, you were paid a campaign or so, what you taxi was with later. And if you can't have a walk by day, just was send the new people and bread. I said, yeah, you remember the answer after one to share Kennedy, one to a pretty taxi. One to offer by day.
Or say now, or call a senior macra mancro for laundry boy.
I don't see Papa, but they're now. Because you, I found a good time now, Papa, a minister. Minister for Western Housing. Oh, Papa, I'm minister for local government. Oh, Papa, I'm ambassador to Saudi Arabia. So, oh, Papa, ambassador. Oh, Papa, board chairman. Oh, Papa, chairman, Council of State. Council of State chairman. If you pass out chairman, say,
then I
thank you, can be Papa, you know, one far more bra. It was in my head to come to you, and I will come by the afternoon. Where did he? Oh, Papa, as you come to hear the boy, brother, and I say, no, come by the did the year, and I say, we are come it's not a funny person who didn't help. Now, and this is the son of my maker, you know, and the wood, yeah, and then they will try at rock. I hope you understand me.
Pa.
Papa, I hear you, my Jessica. Now, send the back of my day, after me a minister, now the back of my day, the year, maybe back of my day, the year. I understandable because we be able to make the economy. But who the old Papa ever when you it is when you have to go by the idea, and I say, Papa, now you can see it. Went to me and find your businesses. When you can't find job. Now, this answer Papa Bob Bradia. Don't hear the Sika Sui, dear. Not still go by the idea, and then be our couple to a person.
Anyway, NDC for say, Mobom whom we show na mode Baumia Badia, and once on me pick DJ Papa Nafi. Or
now NDC sabi the Papa Bayana NDC I organ I say ya. Obaka say with the Baumia kwa NDC for be the first NPP for SCM Baumia ne fanu kwanin say when you opportunity no belidia area joma ma bit me win no and they want to be win no no there because we need credibility dia area joma ma wa obetimi aka say odi ebe win so I say e true ha election no ye behwe mo amudina na sana party no so de aba
no kware but yen hwe bibi o time ma MPP eye campaign no 2016 eba 2020 no na mu yusu economy no pa mo say ye can say inflation was high and no inflation baby a skyrocket easy.
I will run away from their working in the same way. Economy is here. We say economy no a performer a can be out.
That's right.
And a pretty back performer. And see, I know there. Yeah, performer you say you performer because I know there are there affect you be a and found with them young people ni and I be a million that this ni. Yeah, in the party upon pay. If you are the young coming to say about the issues be Sakwana. And Caponi na you create the book. Nanka ya solution.
And NDC for Niamodi 8 year NDC for Musma failure. Mobaja to Musa. Oh, about economy side now what we say, Ubaka see a failure, but yeah, the NTS cried it will miss the NDC. Yeah, they justifiable than NDC. Why? Because NDC, why can't it be a telephone by ya? Ebe show you more. Maya who did na eba from no. NDC 4 time no yes sir. So it is a maybe when they make can. NDC say Ebola by ana.
Ebola pasebia me through Ghana. As you sika o mu try be $60 million ko mu di do kwa ayem go be sika no fa ye.
Hey, honorable.
Sika no mai.
O mu di sika no.
Wan fa sika no. O mu di sika no. O mu bi ya. NDC 4 na no o metimi budget for judgment debt. NDC for near budget for judgment debt. One more budget here. No, I'm say we say we a charge for judgment debt. Which is that way?
Hey, honorable.
I'm to me next year, many asem. The many assembly for the assembly maybe for it may be for him the Sika we here.
Honorable, now the one who see. Namen call honorable Raza.
Yeah, 8 million. Medima no AC no. Eba NDC ni NPP dia. Obi abeka to say. Sabi. Wasno kasia wakra tete kwa no the tunka pakra ete okoduo mu a
yo
eti NPP asa enya kwa no utumi mfa NDC etoto ho
yo
but no ma yewu abo me atan say because of NDC ahodi wo komtie ne yedu obi afa ebewi ni tie ne o me fa ba omi akọ ba omi a wo nya ne enya ne wo kina
yate honorable Jiran so na menko yenua Razak ho honorable Razak
Apostle
me come mienu na bom IGP leak tape aba out. Me sure say wutie me man narrative no na MPP presidential hopeful. So mude moyi mude dada on the otwen ase ogina ring ni mu dada. Wo otwen nipa obetwe ni ti ewo the MPP for no etoto mo ho papa Baumia TSM Alana TSM Honorable Kennedy Japan TSM any Kwameneje Japan former secretary omu nyina obi atoto saa ono kra de o se mayemfa party ni nkɔhye newcomer biansa latter day saint bia ye hia no yemfa ma wona woma wo party ni mwache biem wo mo nso ana mo ka ban hu a omo de aban yakosi di akosi yentuo mu nyina ngu na yemfa onipa from ra and he thinks he said that quality is in him. Honorable and say me ni then I walk up.
Apostle.
Yes sir.
Mewra we anopay. Senu bina inya edukan no wa ma mewra we papa.
Your friend Bia Honorable Samuel Bia.
Yeah, some honorable Samuel Bia o kan no wa ma mewra we. Say Igp Dampare na nyamana Dampare koye wa sen not. Nti yenji no. Hey. Ghana ya wa sen bon popan. Say Dampare ama o kwan wa ma oppose for and fight to anko. Ina na ka oppose for and fight to anko onkuretu e wo no.
Or can MPs no. Or can MPs.
Yes, minister.
Yeah.
Ana me ba betcha say. Na nye bia ministers no omo koto abad no bia na. Omo ka ba to no bia na. Na oppose for na omo di omochi no. Omo di omochi say omo ko wo ana say den omo kwakwa wo.
Honorable Mitwa wano kwa say Mitwa wano na onkofo no kra na ejigine mu say saa won na IGP di aba no omo ne ne nya adwen saa omo tuo de MPs for no in particular omo de beko me kai so honorable Dafia Makpo ebe kasa yeah nti honorable also
asking not a police for now omujina police station and IGP kasa dey and that is professionalism. The one you kwanza mo bekita tu emre kwa omujina police station emrewa ni nkwala ebeba da to aba no mabu hu and I say they will be intimidated. And based on this good counsel and advice, Mamu Tatu. Name one more you don't imagine at that distance. Say Omono mobile face, obey Nabrabe assembly, and also be to assembly on ma. They will take you on. And that's one more original police station. They were holding handcuff. For and some of the Oma down with the Ama original on standby and that one Omo your friends are coming. And that was what was happening. And to share video no dia we say akwadi o share soldier for attack no one more mkochi no we say no mutatu na mo che no we share video no dia we say akwadi so o share some fake mufti bi ni adade isi ono so mo che no we say no mutatu enye say obi a ni wo kitatu wo no na mo kitatu no e dey won mo gina police station and na minister for so no mo ba ono na omo so mo di omo police officer say di omo chi na so mo guards no mo di omo chi no omo no mo kitatu all the time and omo say dey se Muslim obeba on bidia and the Muslim kitatu and council IGP onya IGP ma MPP fo oya IGP ma edema o man Ghana o man munmu nya eno na pesa bi nua dua oti ase onya IGP ma MPP oya IGP ma Ghanaians it is some bit na ya mukika na nkofo school of thought e ka se yenya hihye ya in future no o man pedi bia no obe appoint IGP.
And the me force me advocate me say sa IGP Chief Justice and near kika home obia nyi ni
on America we should pass through the rank the panfa ranks no I do so
that's it
then one no obia no other point no so there will not be any say we a police MPP we how you call it we the police in this anasiki.
Honorable online mu twetwe kakra.
Ipacha e okay sisi. It's a mirror we say which me aka say yen Igp na Shade Igp ko I see not. And no enya do they say yet me akwa to about I see not. I to about no finching transparency. As see bia ba kasa bia mba ye wi my we are afana nya agi Ghana to say when you talk of democracy Ghana understand democracy. And in the why I was about West Wagon and looking at Nanka me adua e pese anka e bi nsi o as not ana. Sometimes it make us only will feel on my politics na you be aba kuna na nya politics mu aye politics na o man na e pese e boa. You see it doesn't sound well. It's not the best. And Igp what take cue from what has happened in Ayawaso West. And sadly, a very bad incident. That so as Ghanaian, as Ghana. Even a mansa say they force no Ghana na and it brought us some kind of dimboni and no na and compensate SACB and come in if you say you election ya moja baku engu fem simple na se nipa baku anti actor sino e credit e de ma my nunya e credit di ma MPP e credit di ma NDC e credit di ma Gani nya enu na wo say efua so ye da nyame ase bibia ko yi na because of o hwe enu kwa na America no pono apostle woni me you bear witness baby omo be attack your national youth organizer omo attack your friends the deputy communication officer omo bupa omo glass ni adade omo koya omo try omo be ko ni adade ni nya e wo anka ye nkofo retaliate ya anka ko si sen
no correct
but omo da adwinse no asin not for team for omo asin not they are peaceful loving people. We don't need to do anything untoward. You be distracted on peace no, and I'm asking no more enjoy no, and whatever say. See, apostle, until say you no be a kwase not, and command kwase not, and come ni say na Ghana for a sifa ebre, and come ni say na economy a sifa eko. It's an say unya police officers no be a COP, moi, it's me already this list so. I only former friends chairman. Not the regional chairman. Kasa no kase Dampare and Yidma then no mujinu fio. Hey, Dampare no buy na afe de obi ha unam kana say Dampare we obechu. Dampare we obechu no found we. Enti anu no nyede say ya discipline bi a odi discipline dia by system no. And apostle and then no kra if motor riders for ride motor kra no. On the panel a tree motor no kwa no so o careful because on so o mistake no Dampare betchim. And that is how we want to build the society. People must do the right thing, not necessarily say this is all born in one son about the right thing. No. You must know.
Mintrawan, dear Michikran say me did traffic mu. Now Ghana ni be face wouldn't nyansa change yenya. You did traffic into the obey you show that driving. Now the Wi-Fi now call. Obin so shed up hazard. No mobia demusa or yare. No should di a main road in Musa to say ambulance eba. No so abefa. Na no watch wa. Me mesia ba be police in Abaso.
Apostle. One says idea okay. What and that now sent me
abafom because you need baby you bet
me no kasa apostle motos motos be say almost 200 motorbikes e mu da be guma dina police
no
motos no was Zongo junction any Real junction and Atomic junction police for no mu dina on that part na shom so mu nya side no me ko me ankasa makola ni moto ba ko me ko am go bisa no boni ma say go defense commander no catch me commander tell master this one is not about here he is our IGP our boss who said we should do that so nobody can come in until we are waiting for orders from him or catch him process mo for court I don't mo court and I be try mu din na me ko catch boy master
now so centralized system
yes and because you intina ama boys no say no nipa no ride the moto no or ye extra careful almost almost take out you almost extra care because boy a police for no original law requirements no and you say the almost package original no mo ye no mo pay or shit be and I say directive be the amount and it's bringing back some discipline into our system and no na say original so na bo papa na obaso me in this thing me idea in this thing but I don't think say obefo to say obi be bone MPP I don't think so. Be so no afo to say obi ndi boni because boni na ye din omu di no say nya wo mpo no budi diwa obudi obi nua and obi ebusua and asani pa no so to a that is what we call the human resource AFI or minimum, and it goes to affect our economy. And you know, some say police need more COP with me now ready said leak tape to say let's say one of the over who the unimo be apart from MPP for now unimo. Now some so the buy one out the baba minimum. Because when you may know ever say no. You are not straightforward, you are not fair, you are not transparent, and then you are not working according to the law. Because someone said, no, you are not there to save the country. So let's all export the country. That COP, you will be a dangerous police officer. I'm telling you. One of the most dangerous police officers.
Honorable, only do one investigation, thorough investigation. Minority is Honorable Agaga, Emerson Noye, former Deputy Attorney General Mubreso, Honorable His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Bamu, name so a Deputy Attorney General, Honorable Agaga James Agaga, or say, when you sweeping under the carpet, a treasonable. Into the young Kaye and Shemu now one attached because almost a lot of mechanism or maybe huni pa or my voice what tape on so nanka. Yeah, this half for na beach now, Emrano. One is half on the yard.
Apostle, say I knew Munchimua. We are suffering now, what is as a number three. Almost Ghana is not a serious country. Ghana is just a republic country. Number three. And it's simple. A simple crowd. They need to investigate this matter to the latter. Now more teaching your form because a treasonable issue now. That's right. The fact that we police uniform and also we military of a uniform. I don't just say you are better than law of this country. Also say on my number and now my branch.
I see a Susan and near whom police a journey.
The patrol say
yes, Susan and near whom police a journey and Nadia.
Yes,
I am no judgment to boomerang supra, Utu report. Now, honorable Mitchell, and Unim Sebe brain pips or Monte pips. Police, the intelligence, professional services,
report you need to her. And I said the issue is that
Ghana for the brain
for Nankasa. I put for Nankasa from the Tuja. No, says
I was salam down, minimum hop, I was salam down, made me a new big Omo TV free condition mu no mo TV free.
Omo share MPP for party office H1 head office one to our fight.
Alright, we have 5 people na madia who to be.
No, radio me person obi a who landmark.
Ono mo bia wo.
Apostle. Yes, I'm just making a reference of a landmark. Easy who could do on mo bisa no bia bet now. One piece no.
Yeah.
Omo said dem say we are police ni na odi nsehunu. And that's one family from be with man. I Timemuni and a citizen and ordinary and to be report. Yes, or can you best friend also best friend near can you will not say also move on after the run after the so Kojina in Bian and but how many times I watch the police from above and time about the cassette do also with my reporting. They will come out. NCC almost educated public also. What is almost education?
Honorable baby no Madam I said Lamte say almost like logistics cars and then near make a count. Now a den and a bank a den pot in a bank a their bomb no with me logistics. You know I was at the kind say you want to know some more their mom almost their mom. Your mind is man mood. Maybe you'll say I interview no more to just say Ghana here laws beer and we know all the things that we have to do. We know the solution. Yes. Just that we don't have.
Yes, it's a constitution. What has the constitution done? The constitution has not done anything.
Yeah, enforce.
I was saying you enforce laws and one as I'll be on beton.
Honorable for no Seneca MPP as 7 so
I know I'm going to know Dampare and Mepacho will near Abayan also yet me investigation.
That's right.
On one we are alleged on the tape no. Yet we don't Kujinamra Council, more family. And apart from that, no, Siciano, Dodona, Obisa, before Dodona, Obisa, Obi also the Dampare and Gano. So, Obi also the big uniform into Siciano, or Mamma, you say, okay, oh, Stooch, and that's Igp Bia, or Noba, or Beda.
I say,
Kunya, you couldn't crown on the other on the found you know. And I'm put a dear see you couldn't want. And I say a queen, or the baby jina a fabi asa say, oh, yeah, I am we know to be a moving. This is very dangerous democratic precedent and prefer to all my it's a patrol. Best revenue idea. Omunjai IGP, Omunjai Dampare, London Juma, as the IGP, Inspector General of the Police.
Honorable, let me play the devil's advocate. Obi Beka say, yes, or nemo e konakra 90. I say, ebehamo, some ye be in a few. Another school of thought.
Apostle.
Honorable.
So we are a political party. Now we do one minor naso, a minor economy, a minor customer naso. Why do you need a police officer, IGP, before you can win your election? So we are a political party, and I buying. Now why you with Juma send a fata? How do you need police to or the military to help you win the election? So unya conflict, and also unya send your criminal person oba. Why do you need police and the military to help you to win the election? So why do Juma? Professor Lumumba say, so we are buying now what Juma. When you say obey DD, when you say obey noise, I want to.
I say politics impeded the own.
Oh,
and I can't pay the day.
Yeah, Apostle Mamina was just a brief example. Me third term, I've been secretary for the third term. I'm going 12 years now.
Mekaisa wa hold double position kra ansa na wo
jama. My whole double position ansa na kra me ba be jina so as one kra no. Na make it me call. Them fans just the last one, which is the 2022 October 27th year by. Me call branches na me call campaign delegation. I'm say jina we juma waye de hu nya so be ba be cash at so. Ko baby kra ye ni juma waye. Me call han mom so chale juma wa body ni juma to call. Apostle, that is governance.
That's right.
So why you Juma? You don't need to make noise. You don't need the police to come and create tension, to create war for you to win the election. And I've always maintained, any credible election organized in this country, MPP will never win any credible election in this country.
All right, Intina is about to ayebeko idea or conviction. Say, Madam Chief Justice, talk on Nube so President Mahama in yes sir. And I'm telling you, let me repeat this thing to you. Hey, Honorable, we are happy about this.
Apostle, we are not going to any court. Mark my word. The National Democratic Congress will not go to any court. We will settle the elections at the polling station. We will not go to court. Because court now, you will say, we don't come to court to 10 election results.
That's right.
We don't come to court to 10.
So elections, I'm repeating the words of former Supreme Court Justice Atuguba, or see elections are won at the polling station.
And it's
okay.
true.
Honorable,
once it is done, once it is done, you can't come to the Supreme Court and ask the judges that they should tender the election results. They can't. They don't have the power. That's the Constitution.
All right. So
they don't have the power.
So
we'll settle it at the polling station. We are not going to go to any court. MPP Moasem. When you do a buyer, or Cassa Bissano, on for Ocasa or Catcher or Bissami, Nimboa, Nima, the answer say according to the Kuyi. Or no one as what you know, Aka. So no account, and Casa economy has some day. Party of Adam, Yenja, Canadian, Brambo, Yankam Boom, and Shea said the best of them. I'm not a number if you say almost economy, you see a visa, the day in Niantimam, and so on. And don't know what you know, as I said, that is
when the fundamentals. Yes, when the fundamentals are weak. The figures will expose you.
And on once when the estimate now, we are Safananya radio so be 18. Say or see, at the time of Rabamia, all around so. Bien and no economy, no digitalization. That digitalization, IT background, men kita. Apostle,
a good question, pardon,
only himself fiber optic of this country, backbone. President Mama established
and run Honorable Ashama, meaning so unimno, a former Buem constituency, Daniel Ashama, and run and no baby, says Anya Manina.
Fiber optic, if the Eastern Corridor, Educon North, President Mama, Neda ha Educon sooner, Pusuna, President Mama, this year.
But some more dear will be the rule. No, you're handling over.
The digital center.
Yeah.
it may host to the whole Ghana and then other Ghana, West Africa, even Nigeria, almost data backup Ghana at the digital center. It was second. Second new plan station digitalization now about the center that holds that thing.
Honorable green book on him.
Yes. Many about so will be so dear.
Minyanya binti and ya now the
and one of these I'll make one available for you.
Mate.
Oh yeah. Good morning, please let me call you back right now. Yes, I'm on my way coming, so I'll meet them there.
All right, so Honorable
Apostle, okay. Apostle.
Yeah.
So digitalization now about me the born in something now. Also, over Carlos and Crowder.
I say the economy need or the aton chain. I say the digital man.
Because the economy not been true. I thought this use you. Economy not told this.
Carlos Ahinkra say an ideas.
Yes. On ideas so now obi na see your first center man kasam. E person mama dey see. I'm now TV ekwano offer the likes of Vodafone, MTN, Oko Nigeria, big organization, even Nigeria buying almost backup. Accra Digital Center hold on backup some home.
Wow.
And then there's a bit see Nigeria not almost lost certain data. They will fall back on Ghana the Ghana Digital Center. No mean as a backup in there. Even Bank of Ghana, almost backup in there. This is the visionary leader. President Mama, who see here or the tour. And the whole vice president, Ejuma Ediamau, as economic management chairman. We just know they are too chain.
A chairman who did here.
And what kind of this assembly? Because for some time now, Omo Bonidi. Because them say Oma phasing out because the kind of Omo restructure some economic team this Omumba and Omo share or meeting us saw economy the way economy the C5 pants and Omo. It was the likes of Alan Chamante, Akuto say ni but Bamian Kasan Diambo. Oma Fanan
If you honorable do a bit to me, ya no, ya koye.
Yes, that's onim, honorable be onim. Recently, I was setting some committee, economic team. So I'm share the rate at which economy na confirm. I'm share no provide some solution in fast one. But I wasn't part of that team. They didn't add it because we're losing our failing portal. And I okay and there my Ghana now okay politics in terms of your system and your BBI structures now that they know. The truth is that your economy no the firefighter no economy no economy soon na campaign 2016 2020. They were a campaign. Economy no, and the economy in 2020 and Kweko year and Yanya Hank Parliament. Like the MPP would sweep a lot of parliamentary seats. But because of the economy, they no. The idea to about Yana to me, phone the economy and Koji.
Baumia said in the back of all this was much to pa. We are not paying you na jomoda ye munina nidia na baumia sa nadiasa northern region onimu bechem voter onimu bechem central onimu bechem enti candidate na nkasa omu nyina ne pressure no ono pe ene betumi di NDC atofo
minia me ma waza ke kranye ma me fetwem se ma obi ase won NDC fo bechem di a mo kan se onko mi si the bush upon of NDC for no no mumble NPP ansani e wusa for wetin NDC for achemu ho no for mi si na kunta obo anama na kwaji adenta si efi ya bo bia samwa enchemu
Ramadan
no mumble NPP
Ramadan
it oba de wusa wetin no machemu ampa
o che Ramadan
ni ba bia kunta
minimpa o so na obo no
me kawo nan wone ne yiri na na boa na kunta ana okwaji si tinsensi finishem eti ana ba de campaign we keke do NPP do NDC Protein voters say they will decide whether on better work.
That's right. Okay. My honorable to us, honorable member another 3 minutes now or to us.
Apostle.
Honorable.
When was some American won't say no be any.
Atronana.
Well, no. You see, Baumia, excuse me to say, or your opinion, your woman, but or your truthful.
Baulaya.
That is it. Yes. And you say they didn't get you, no crane down. And I said, Utalin, we are Google. Go to Google and check.
Honorable Sadi, the Nebiaoka.
Apostle.
Honorable Modi attacking and now say,
Apostle, Mamika said, Michelle. Won't say, Sabi, Moton Safran, our radio, so as resource persons. And yes, idea you need get a thing, Ubia or my Moana, and maintain him more friend. A privilege be, and I would mind, say Yambra, in Yanigana for, and share. I drink higher so kayo. And I mean to me, I'm better radio and Gary, a friend, or my penability to win Gary in Sada. Maybe, but no crown, a fat. Well, Ghana,
quick update. I'll say 25 reasons why 96% of Ghanaians have confirmed that Dr. Baumia is a liar. NDC, a NDC publication.
And yeah, you call Google, they're not America. Google, dear. Near Google and Cafe, Google, they're in and I face to the MPI Google as NDC. And then this number, I you call Google. In Ghana.
But
yes, in Ghana, Google, you get it. And when yet, it has nothing to do with NDC because the same be now, okay, can't okay, Kayana, a boy, Shema, name, and no more the judge. Aquano didn't throw too much. That's the fact. Then drinking. And no, I'm Ghana, young queen. So, Penny didn't throw now. Aqualafa, when you're be the advising the master from the yard also. There's Aquano Buadia. Why? I did tell about sir. The truth is that Aquano didn't throw. The some do not know can and throw. Besides that, we look at our leaders in their eyes and tell them the truth. They should do the right thing. Or no see now, they be occupying while go goose office movie. Go office name nothing. Also, assistant is mine. Now, young Mofra, and young ones are climbing. That's in this area. Your question on that, and I say, I know didn't to be financial, should be uncashed. And just didn't try a normal. That is what is going to happen. Oh, and then, an economy, collapse. That is it. To the extent the economy collapse, to the extent that MPP said this bondholders see almost bond pension also or and some of it. That is the level of the economy.
I didn't buy was a Safo copy Ketty and Sana Moody's can moment. Or Moody's can be.
Look at this. That is the level at which they say the economy has collapsed. Almost the economy they did, you know, was almost sicker. Aquaco for investment. And there infrastructure draw bills never. I buy just ordinary accounts or bombs canoe. I was okay, all cesium canoe and send with me in Nassau. That's the level of the economy where Baumia has taken us to. But let me end here. The issue is almost a monk about me and boom. What's a possibility? I'm a cast men are mostly as I'm a president or figures in Yabatu.
That's right.
We share our internal election. All the way to Kumewu, Amika Kumewu will perform better, but we are not going to win. The kind, right. And it came to light. You vote, you appreciate up to 3,004 or 3,005 or so. And for some vote no head, there's 300 or so. You get it? And in the boom, back I seen not me can once the way I can Pepe and they see it. I know your friend say what the younger internal election so better. Near me kind percentage wise maybe an Indian. So I'm not somebody who just speak or talk in vacuum.
I know.
Yeah, because I would tell them say they can decide to add Alan Chamantin, Baumia, Kennedy Japan, France, Quabe Japan,
Accommodant tomatoes.
Yes, any agricultural. Yes, we know woman common yambo, Jogate, yes, no Bakon as Omuka area for some years, Omuka from Boom as one flag bearer, no Omuka from Boom as vice president, as vice and a running mate. I'm telling you.
Yo, my main call honorable Duyaho. Honorable, yes, 8 be cried, the Muski me 80 Baumia. Hopeful, so number 8 or Masha Siempo ski me say. Per adventure. Your call has been put on hold. Say, per adventure, say, a call, Neko Banner, say. I was say Omukotai ba Alankojo Chemati Echia Ombekwakotai. Honorable Dia. Aha. Your call has been put on hold. Yes, 8 people say Womukotai ye can say Honorable Alan Kojoche Mate echi se kobane se bi a run off bar na se ekoye dimpa and what you be so mbekwa kotai we echi.
Now, let's say run off. Say between area Alan and Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. One cancer.
Dodo na sana ibinimoka.
And the woman here ambassador that born because I want to hear Kennedy was near Japan. I didn't name Muno. I did the real food soldiers, you know. I see a dinner to Muno. What I will make me now what casses. A bear here about me, Alan, not all that hour.
Honorable, Honorable Yatoka.
I not really be a walking hold because every credit or Pompa. Anna said, didn't you catch on that tie Alan a cheer? And also, Mama, because we share to be a woman. Oh, my Sedana, a young girl who doesn't see you. The company said, oh, to me make you way. But almost I said, a cobasse, a beer will be engineer and yet to get us one now. They don't make us support to Alan. So be able to say, you will have ready at Japan or no Alan supporter that. Or no cry 5 and look away to me, ma'am. Unqualified my 5 in
and what disqualifying in 10 times a
oh, there is an idea. A job bank is found already a omum. Aquapress.
Obia Washa Gina from 2007.
Aquapress, or better than the key 5, no, but 20 really. It's Aquapress, for back to a media, I like to make me support Alan. And it's some man the year you did that. But the way, now one plan is a because they were. A comfort, over we say you break it with Japan. Or no, I'm way full soldier. It is also per se, what we need pass our way full soldier and a day, a baby two of him. We could be a Kennedy day banner. Master, I'll let it go near now, almost sure. Because Kennedy, really convincingly, obeying Yakasa. Because for 5 minutes, I know what the Alan any rebel me answer to talk and one. And fact, because you might do a head of food, or no Casacra in the Sika, the bottom is the car here, and our bind here, the bottom is the car here, and the other individuals, any or minor, any party, no, Obian, a Gofaka and aircon, Obian who makes me didn't want to, you reckon do a head of phone. So I say, and the other moving baby, not when you know who answer it. I say, I did it between Dr. Mahmoud Baumiani, Alan Kojoche Mate, and never credit. One more Casacra almost were Canadian. Because woman should be a Canadian nominal, South Totala, one nominal, a double didn't see no, and yet don't get what. It's one more crime, and yes, I said, who could be Sala and I said, but we are. Obey me, estimate people said, oh, no, were we near me, and I said, carry the one count. What to me, what to me, Singapore. What to me, Singapore, were really.
A job of adventure. It's a Canadian we near nice or better party, yes, sir.
Oh, Kennedy had a party party. A young people in a Kennedy awesome.
That's right.
It is election. Election, dear, said you asked a tough here. Well, we two or die. It is what you make us a Malusu election, you know, my former party party. Daddy, or because you ask from NPP. But a bear in the past, Kennedy Bay lose this election. A bear. So I'm going to say, for this, I am come truck. A bad in the power because Kennedy will grant. And for 4 Kennedy Japan. One who says, will be say, or a second rolling. Now, the amount or the no Sakaraka woman say, Kennedy, they won't put a poor neighbor, or the food soldiers and neighbor. A number of you 1 year, a trip data. Woman in the Zumentino, one and in the place or one mobile. Now, the amount of Daniel Robinson, they say, once and now once you will be in the near to the power. It is Anna, it's a Ghana for the absolutely as a second rolling. Anna, can an ultimate and area rolling not open the crapper. I say, Anna, I said, to me be better than you. What's now to say, I will not say there. To me, with Diama Abroso, not say the Papana started as Sakakra. And to say, Uncle Ron, the Banaka, second Jesus. So, it is Anna who can, as I can't buy Sabi. No matter what, a 2 and no matter what you say, and 4. And can you say, be a minister there, and I will be here, and so no, yeah. Well, can government, you know, who best I kill.
On the Eastern Justice.
Many years, oh, yeah, obey you with it. And you be sandy, can't do a man sick at the year to my minor. And says, I can't to me, as to the bottom, $6 million. As it was the cardio and dialysis center, I'm 37. Now, what was the doctors 11, every 37, Ako India. That's what I'm going to train you all. No, I'm not 100 cardio center in India. Now, it tells you, say the power, one can start to go to Mexico, say they go on mine. What do a man see kind of man say, 1 year Juma, or the baby Juma, I immediately Eddie more mine. If you don't want to say, you should more mine. So, it is the same, you hear will be it's just very patriotic. As for mine, then I come out so now when you're honest, who to me and can't get the Massisa, who makes me the Kennedy everywhere with that. Kennedy with me and fast man for that. Because one corruption, daddy, or a businessman, or a human or the DD, or person of both because you go to the oh, it is sadly, sadly, petty Sunday here. Here will be a way discipline. So I'll be a discipline. I say, oh, also made discipline. Because one more question, I'm a 8 year. We are director, and I say, we see you. I will take us over 10 and 11. And here will be a bit in examples. I'm a Ghana for Exia. And here, so open you will do my way as well. And no, my dear, what is what for the Jumano? What is waiting to set up? No, I know ye. Everything I Ghana for Kennedy was here upon. The government is Kennedy or far. And be the other son. Now, obey me, you must so up war mine. I'm a Ghana to me, I couldn't him.
But that's it.
I know the Ranchi. What's your care? What a region, Northern region. What's your best immediate crown? Ask from Ghana for Ghana for any edgy. I may be crack outside. I will say Africa crown will bet me video me now with in these 2 regions. I will bet in the area you are more minor. So, Papa was vision over any sort of rule. All my aircraft were who will bet in the area at the Abua. Every other candidate almost form of the Emra. Almost so far, one more plan, Semra. Near which I say a Tomawa who bet me up one and say an Adababa. Kennedy, the answer I walk on so. Why, it will be so bet me. What do you say? I say Bukran was there start factory alcohol. And we need power form thousands. So, it is any family here. I said, will be a studio or when it's ready. I say, young man, so maybe or man anymore. And that's why I'm on man actually at home.
That's it. Honorable Razak. Honorable Razak.
Apostle.
Yanko asemo twa to so mema mu nyina 5 minutes na ye de yanko mo twetwe number we Parliament a minority Parliament suspended proceedings day 2 of the minority boycott see ahwa a donkey to na ye NDC mo party mo MP for no honorable Atoforsen e wo court. Honorable Jachikwe Isen so court, Honorable Collins Dowdan so court. Na Honorable Atoforsen last week or the Tuja our Parliament say Speaker entire who a year Parliament.
Your call has been put on hold. Please wait. Your call has been put on hold. Please wait.
Koso and answer or Monkrofo a walk court no, especially Honorable Jachikwe Isen. The beer or Beko court to be no. And yadi omobeko Parliament akodi juma. Honorable can then was the same way.
That's the option. The only option now minority in the one. You see, MPP omunja political persecution. Omunja political persecution now. Be a fine.
Honorable, charge sheet in so no. Ya drop party be din sebe. Yes, say why page? We page ni
o man penny to be now a pre-judge. It's me casting we or the koji. O man penny to me can and same I want sema I walk court. Then what else are you talking about? Why won't o man penny can to when they are court in the Omas court for? O man Ghana muna yinya wo. And you say dear in the movie at Iceland be so Ghana ne one. What shall say me on wooden coffee aqua down court easy? Coffee or court in Sandazo. You expect say maybe apostle send the one problem. You expect say your friends say your production team on major say one court no problem.
Debbie.
You have to show solidarity. In somebody do it.
in showing solidarity, no, honorable say, and just say, was he a parliament in Sotoana?
Now, someone in parliament is yours, some will come back.
Just that time, you suspend this sitting, so.
Yeah, sometimes city about city resume, and they say don't just work. They don't after some time for the moment for the whole day. Back. And it's a solidarity. They need to support their colleague. What is happening to them could happen to any of them at this point in time.
Honorable say yes, I say on mining boka. Yes, I say on mining boka now.
Now, I'm penny more out me far plane, luxury plane. I am of course on my own in this can out me bomb. I look out me now from a model to play no deal genie in the daddy. I feel on top of the wall.
Yes, yeah, no. Yes, Ujarigu, yes.
Yes, Jaru cries, so can never do the swan. Yeah, it's attacking that. And also, and then yeah, man on Obama canon. And no, any near yet. Wow, boy and canon. Who say Eddie Lumubia Kujina or what we call political persecution. Now, ye Lumubi, says the first or dog, Edama young Crawford. And no, the Yanina, and Mumina, if they want to go by the all wrong is wrong, then they should do the needful and one. So the parliamentarians, they have no choice than to go and solidarize with their friends or with their colleagues. And bear in mind, Terminal Casano Apostle, yes, the leader of the minority that we are talking about, no less than person, the leader. You know what comes with the leadership?
That's right.
So you sit there and your leader is going, then you sit down and say, oh, leader, go and face it. It doesn't make any sense. Once the leader is going, we are all moving. We need to go with him. We need to go and stand with him, shoulder by shoulder, to support him, to encourage him, to give him the morale. In some of the what and then I say concern, yes, it's scanning in here, and we have all the processes. It's very with scanning. Once America for much war, I was casting and afford and the money. On the show, so we don't have the own few, or made an uncle baby. Because on my job, so one son card the corner who we are and Nona, everyone
Obisubeka said no so ebe motivating Crawford, say near Mikodina Yanti.
It will never motivate, and the person did not do it deliberately. Oh, and to when my advice is say, going forward in future, if you're a government appointee and you are involved or engaged in any transaction, you need to be extra careful and cautious.
That's right.
Send a bear on concourse any craft be analysis contract be a then the baby do not different from what you
I think if there are legalities and technicalities, I mean consult those who have the expertise in that to help you out.
Yes. And don't just sit in the country and say, oh, especially them. Make a follow up to the country. Go there, inspect the thing, make sure it is in order. What you ordered 4 A sheets, and then 4 A sheets in one ever. The same type, and now we find quality now in one ever. These are some of the things that leadership must do, and some of the number be do mine. And also, our transaction, ultimately, there's no any bad intention in this transaction. Yeah, I don't know, Mrano, intent, no, and I show. Intent, no. They say that you go to ask them, say, what is his intent? Did you know that our laws?
Honorable, I am also not a lawyer, but I think it's in twofold. We look at the act and then the intent.
Yes. And besides that, we should that question. What is the act? The act is the Wadika starting processes no cry. By 27 for each day invite no all corner look at certificate no. So the act intent they say they perceive the MC. Ampa act no say wa act. Then what now? Did he act? Yes, he acted. He acted by putting in the processes. He kickstarted the processes and put in the bid. That's the proposal or that is in the application that I'm renouncing my what's the name? Citizenship status and a certificate. The process of doing and only act no. The intent no. They say Adrina Onya say no. Me kwa kujina ewo omangano. Now, I say me jai me did bikita as a citizen of Canada. No. That's the intent. The intent no into a act here.
Amazing.
So and then say, parade leader no. He say, oh, yeah, will be out on Chinamo marketer. What do you expect the followers to do? They will follow. To go and support him. morally and physically, and at least just to encourage him that he's not alone. And you know, where for me, the leadership of the parliament, the two leadership, they must come together. And I know Chairman Saboso, when it comes to certain things, he knows how to go about it. And Chairman Saboso, with the vast years of experience now, or the parliament, he knows how the table change and how the table turns. They must come together, consult one another, and then deliberate and come with a common standard, common goal.
To buttress your point, he has, started making advances and incursions to.
I think that would be better because with the years of experience now, Okitano, the same this is where I will expect him. This is not about MPP and DC. This is about
what do you comment?
Yes.
That
will help.
All
because
right. Thank you, Honorable. Mamenko Honorable Duya Horna, Yemfa and Komo Chuchi and Mary. Honorable Duya, minority and boycotted parliament to business was suspended. I was a second speaker of parliament. Actually, Jumedia na business or Mokoye for the day, no, essence a yenra. Last week, I saw Bekaya, Omochis, then I walk a farm.
Now, I had this for my who dream here, pa.
Are they?
The coincidence, you know. Almost for Obama, I say, Solano, pa, you could not court. Almost for Obama, I say, you make no my name, Yemesemra, and found some woman.
Almost soldier back on 970.
Now, we see, we need pass 7 in one bar, 70, and they walk out to Abaco. Now, said you say more pretty than before. More general secretary, more national executive, national chairman, and then in penny for sure, make me in knuckle. Now, Pina, must have more for opportunity. Now, Sabi, or Cotter and a budget, young said, was a more bamra. A brother at them second day. Or more than a quarter, I didn't acquire. I am now of Bush and Rammer, where the required quit them ready. As we had the Casa, Amayoko and City Libya, a shetty, it's a woman, a hunting one, yes, I guess I'm within the cheek. It's no more person Casa Ghana for say. Because of, we are so forcing. Except the Juma 1 year, one bar seminal. I would now call for anything almost said that. I didn't lead us upon a man on Anna. Tell the bear who begs us with their call myself. But a member said you, we are one penny crown room last week. If you found a minority leader, and Brown and Ubedi, Umbro and Ranaso.
And this is for 70 court, not on Mampenia prejudicial statement. And now, as well,
apart from some Penino, Nana, Akufa Penino, what I said was I in the park. Or no, so I walk one penny, I say, or Lucy Mikanakini. The first way on penny said, we do pass on the Ocasa. I'm a Casa or Cayano. If we are here, you want to head that the Opatako Yanaso. If you are not answer Saturday, you want to put Yanaso, Apple Guatan. There, your sister, and I didn't table ever back.
Honorable Dia, so Sheba Bia, ye can't Ubia Bobrea, Assemblyman, MP, Minister, Deputy Minister, now I rise here by your President. Oh, she, South for your Mabobodi. Near Nassam, we dupa your President to a number.
Minia, NDC first a move for that. Emma NPP, Penician can want them that. Emma NDC for any South and Muslim Unkunimda. What would you Kunimu? Course, our NPP address or Edda. Oh, maybe. Now, I know the Yana Assembly of Tineda, a Kafa home. So you read the question assembly there, because Yana is person that I can't watch in here. Because Assembly can said, I won't take a form now. Or finally, we know the Sadam, we have submission. I don't know what sure, we say, I say, we are going to need my part. You are something, now we process our work and the so called process are now. Now we hear it is happening now, may I gain any assembly in Anno. So young that ben, so young that ben, I die we shan't away again and the Southern who swear. If you offer says it will try to the Ghana Fana. Because Southern who swear, if I was swear now to say, we are going to need a part. Because also who swear say we are going to need my part. ana o hwe na wisaye aya ma Ghana for ina adi tu say Ghana ni na sa afekwa say o process ni wie ye enti media bi fi sa asem na o course ti kire na wie ye de
all right
but me betimi aka say Adam second day there esu so no dia no because o kan o be ka say so Adam de no ye pini na o adasu kuta o di tu kwan ya koba enu so me so be ka tire o say so ko wi abode e betin ba ko a wo ye konfo ni ko fa eduro ni nyina na eti nyame so me ye konfo e nyina abokro no eti amra ni de edi wa enfa woni ne kase ana ne ketwa obi edifo so ti ase eti NDC for mu ya de o mu ye na o mu na parliament na me say di NCP for kra ho yawo wow 137
hey
137 some for me we a quorum
that be I was say you majority quorum
na say independent ni be kan ho a 138
no beba
138 it ya na mo the NDC for so mo ma mo nko na wa assembly of ya mo koka na dey yasem na ba course na bi
adwa safo a etena fie no yenhwe bre a mutumi ye empo mo ba parliament na 137
say wo many abra o mo be because NDC for so mo nko na mo a mo be kwa pass mo base ni ade ama o man le tu nko no mo so say mo kwa de say de mo amasem
yo
because NDC for so mo ma ade na mu ja mo na mo de mu nyamajuma yeah, no one say bra, yeah, I'm so. Because this is why I'm not so many money. Because now the ambassador more yeah, man, what in the eye. Now, Monsieur, I'm see somebody, I'm you know, a man who had every ambassador parliament. I don't know, Monk, you may have some way, and Monk, I am more mine. Because this is for the open young command up on it. Let me be for so. Send a very, I won't bet to me after I really power, Abba back. You. But any unknown, yes.
Honorable Yadasi. My many Honorable Razak final words. Miriam Abejo Diana, ye did you make Nabawi? Honorable Razak, or final words?
Apostle.
Yes, sir.
Mania, dear, yes, sir. Shebedia, see on. Kenya, near all teach your own executive. Almost young numbers, and on the Dumujma.
That's right.
The fact that more 137. Plus the independent for the mechanic 138. I don't say and one no. They need the numbers. Only the numbers. So we should go beyond that.
Committees in so.
Yes, committee and our committee. Committees no kwana edi ejuma.
Yeah. And who we say idea. If you are a simple majority, and if you want to 2/3, it be an idea.
Yeah, me person say. Mostly no. A committees no can share juma no afi. On deliberate, a investigation, a research, a proposal, a PN Yamanyama and son and Pomo that baby good household. Now the committee leader no knew and after the committee knew they don't have the number. How did ranking
in my member for from saying
yes,
and no always a call minority side or monetary so on the chairman for public accounts. Public accounts committee and numbers.
Yes,
yeah, I don't know minority.
So already, me idea. You know, Juma Parliament is how many times the parliamentarians no? Over to say minority, they call demonstration, and I say majority they call demonstration because Omaketia, I know, and my, and I say Pute, Omaketia, and I say you two Omaketia mu. They are always one. They are always one. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Said they are always one. And besides that, no, prejudicial comments. You see, leadership by example. We a leader. That also set a good example. It was very unfortunate. Some opinion or lawyer moi. Pre-judgment statement say, and they say the alternative is on a national platform. And we know our do you know the ripple effect of that statement or command?
Well, the tape was played in court in the as evidence. KTM model so ya someone.
Say I mean okasa kwa no. Ni a man peni tie pia o mo boy kwa no. Ama asem no kan kan aye diama sitting judge no. Because the men anawo apostle anani nyadua ena ko kan bisia. By now ka court election aba ho.
KTM model. Yes, KTM model mra. Ono so akokasa.
Yes, once KTM ono kwa o ye throw on the election no. Ye betwe ono ye betwe na ko.
Or a lawyer.
Ye betwe na ko. Yes. You should go and defend and prove say law school no ko no. Sana tell no say you be asem on my quarter. What you pre-judgment see. I am required sitting judgment can asem my own judgment here. Good morning. So these are some of the things. So what the president of the republic did was unfortunate. Right. And when you can say and was in the capital, and I'm saying it was wrong. And I have my colleague from the other side. Some year for year before. Man, because my judging say no, unfortunate statement. Man, yeah, and what I call it a statement. But now you have just what conclude you as a my opinion. The judge sitting judgment will decide to take other decision. And I want to cut a minute, I want to cut a Ubiano, we are police, we are down, Ubiano or Simrano. So my parents should equally know say the fact that my opinion, it is not about the laws of the country. On so Simrano or my numrano, on so say or my numrano. It's a new important of the communist statement. So for me, like I said, it's left up to the both leadership, a minority and the majority, or member together, and the majority should be seen playing a lead role to get to an amicable resolution of this whole issue for the sake and the benefit of the entire country. Because
no quarry.
The person I make an what I say. You don't want to want because of a minor. It's almost carbon no more year. A man one it's all leadership, both sides all brought together. No more to talk number year.
Honorable
Omon Kokasa watching that no more as we get Embrana, Omofan, 2 years, no more fun 2 years. A piece of money on my own age, man,
Ghana Parliament, the pa, that you make a hobby at the papa, do time. Ye beje akatua na omunyina ye nuano ma memba ko papa ba ko ma edu nia ma bia naja omo twene wo abo so sa anyway honorable Razak meda say any honorable dua o final words na ye sorry so
me dia ba bia me ni nuano nya adwene say sabi so bia di boni ana no che say wo ye mpi ana wo ye minority leader nti na e wo say ejina se tintina e wo say ejina man fa nkodi I am learning no jina. Iti muma wade learning jina. Sabi ebonwa na emla na twinaso. Wodi kunim so a kokon ba bi. Wow, na mo kwani say bi a say no. Parliament I 50 na ne ya makwa budi numbers no. Iti nipa na ebone kura na e say na enso ejina because of numbers emunyanti. Ni ejina so ni ejina man fa no kodi. Uja no fa no kodi a e o man no ana ma bo o man no. Because to Abama, we say we make no man and nebu. Now we hear you more minor. Now we be got ambulance. Now our letter box is. I don't know what I buy. Now I am moved. SAD say I'll see a jano. Yeah, they are not helping the country. We are not helping the country. It's the idea you are sorry. Let me make a do I need you. That's the end. If you are not bloody, then bloody jana fine. Maybe to me lawyer, me dead. It means to me that I am going to an American kutum. I'm not needy. We are. Them are not threat. Now we have to now say they won't call Parliament because who did it one day, they're going to call 20, and they also crazy Ghana and Waba. I mean, and that's another mobile Ghana.
Yo, Medase. Honorable Razak Abdul Hussein, Medawase Papa, and Honorable Samuel Dia, also Medawase. Medase say mobile Mpɔtam morning show. So.
Yo.
All right, so that was Honorable Razak Hussein. He's the secretary for the NDC Madina constituency, and Honorable Samuel Dia is also a communication member of the MPP's communication team. I'll go for a quick break, and when I'm back, David Santos will give his submissions, and we are out of here. Stick and stay right here in Mpɔtam morning show. mind be ye for me no me and 5 minutes on top of the hour 10 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, online radiobox.com. I want you to hit the share button, share the broadcast on your page, on your timeline. David Santos,
Attorney, the gentleman of the day.
Aye. Wow, person kasem.
And yes, me person me kasem. Na semwa kasano and address him.
Tie, asem penipa.
Nipa
ne pasem.
Yeah, it's the wash bano and there be me my kasa because ube convincing me.
And the via says so. Opa semo, opa semo, ubenya asem. Tu wa pre ninya asem. Tiem se wo pre enya asem.
Enti wo na wo pre enya asem.
Wo na wo pre.
Because no open one asem and wa hihye dwa e ba e na yeso ye di uja.
Yo. Ana me bass. Your submissions or final words na yes so.
Attorney. We dey be careful pa unwa pa.
David Santos can final submissions.
Okay, attorney.
Yeah, me that's it.
Okay. Attorney, thank you for giving me the chance.
Yes, sir.
Attorney.
Yes, sir.
You know we are all liars.
Some people are liars.
No, attorney, please, I beg you.
Okay.
We are all liars. No one can tell me that he or she never lied before.
Okay, that one.
So, it's
including the Pilatos and
everyone is a liar. But attorney,
including you.
Oh, of course. But attorney,
I just want to be sure.
You want to be sure. But I say we are all liars, so
all right,
it means we are all.
All right.
Thank you. But attorney.
Yes, sir.
When yours become consistent.
And
Konyese will not call you a liar again. We will call you a criminal. Because our elders will tell you that nipa or try there or ya cromfo. So what you say there? So our vice president, now we call him Bionomics. Etrono eyado sudodo enyesa eno so ebehano. But we forgot say you live around people who knows you. You are being in school. You have classmates.
Oh papa be depots a abazada.
You see,
I feel also now you're houseboy.
Oh, you're houseboy.
Also not Tony Amina.
Yes. Taxi driver, which is not true.
Dear. Now officer on you been a pressure na Kennedy said Kennedy.
Enina honorable dear can was
Kennedy taxi now so coach.
Yes, but we all agree that Kennedy dear were fine near baby.
He's been in the trench.
Yes, but who are honorable dear were bonny papa ranks now abedi wa Ghana nyina. And so papa to me about bra wimpa now see who ye ghetto boy. Then it's either
as an improper fraction.
Yes, improper. I like that. Improper fraction. And let us say no dear emfa.
Honorable dear so say o council say wo be yakobolo dear. Na che say wa na na.
And
now papa ni hu say e bia sebe osu ni mfa so.
Yes, and you invest. Yeah, or invest in one year obeboka. And no massa and so what I'm trying to say is that you want to be a leader, not just a leader in your own family, but you want to be a leader to a country. So there's
first the political party.
Yes.
And then the party at large.
The party at large.
The nation.
The nation. So there are some qualities you need to show. And there are certain things that when you are about to say it, you have to take it or you have to think about it twice. Because it seems now people are painting him too much. And he shouldn't be happy. Say, almost 130 something MPs, no, majority, no, etanechi. Honorable Dwyer Kajan say, and dear, some and your moon and one quack of Vutiaman. But Attorney, among the MPP, or let me come to the general one. You see, I like Alan Chamante and then Kennedy Japan. But if we say we need a president right now, we need change right now, then somebody that I think will help us right now supposed to be Honorable Kennedy Japan. Somebody who can force the law, who don't take nonsense, somebody who will say this nonsense must stop and we are good to go. That is it. Attorney, let me come back to the case of the linked plotting tape of the IGP. Attorney, that one, anybody can do this call. And attorney, in this country, who G funds too much, we have something we call PAD, pull him down.
That's right.
You have people around that don't like the way you are operating.
But Baumia is calling the clout. I mean, he's calling the shot. A lot of people are following him. I mean, he has large followers.
That is it.
But maybe the delegate might shock him.
It must shock him.
Peradventure, if he should have all the MPs on his side, it doesn't guarantee.
It doesn't mean anything at all.
Victory.
Yes.
According to Honorable Duya.
Exactly.
And a whole constituency has about 1,000 plus delegates.
Exactly.
So if you have one MP there,
jubilating, yes. So you see,
you have a point.
Yes. So all those things, we have to look into it. Now we shouldn't waste time on this too much, because who linked the tape? Let's connect to that person. When we connect to that person, we'll know where the tape is coming from. So that is the perfect thing that we are supposed to look at.
So you also believe that we should do thorough investigation?
That is it.
Okay.
Because what the person is trying to
know the
yes
people behind it on notice phase.
This is fear. You are trying to say that a political party is planning something ahead of the 2024 election, which is not like that. So we have to look at these people who are making this course, the tape, and grab them. Attorney.
Yes, sir.
I am very disappointed in Honorable Razak.
Why?
You said why? Thank you. He made a submission. I also want to make a submission on this. Attorney. So if you have a case, that means that all of us in this company, we should leave the work that we are doing, stop the morning show, stop every show that is going on in this company, and follow you to the court
to show solidarity, according to you.
All of us.
That's the NDC's decision.
So I am telling him that if all of us, we are supposed to go and support the person at the court, one, will our presence there change the law?
No.
Two, are we the lawyers standing in for Jachi Kwesi?
No.
So attorney, are their presence there change the mindset of the judges to throw the case away?
If it's about emotions, yes. But if it's about the law, looking at the face of the law, you will look at the act, you will look at the intent, and then pass judgment.
So that is why I put the law there. So if these things are not going to be looked at, then their presence at the law court there wouldn't change anything. It's a waste of time. And the parliamentarians have their part to play in the parliament house. They should leave the judiciary alone to perform their duties. That is what I want to say.
All right. Leave the judiciary to perform their mandate. All right, so that was David Santos, my co-host. Thank you very much. God bless you and keep you and protect you. My producer, Jude GH. So we came, we saw, and we conquered. 15 minutes on top of the hour, 10 a.m. GMT. Today we are late. We had the extended version of Mpɔtam Morning Show. This is where we draw the curtains on today's program. Wednesday edition of Mpɔtam Morning Show. Stay and stay right here. Enjoy the rest of our programs. Nanaba next on your radio. And then we'll have Mac Black for the Pilolo Drive. And then Kofi Yesu will come your way with Ghana and Sensem. Enjoy the rest of our program. Until then, peace, shalom. Straight up, don't crooked up. See you tomorrow. God bless.
Asa tipa wo fio ye. Kamo yembera ye.